I never want to be in Hollywood. I swear to you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hi,
back to
guys.
Mic'd Up with Gus, Season 2 with Andrew and Gus. I am now the epic man to his Johnny Carson. So here's Gus.
Guys, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
You know, Gus, it's so great to be back on the podcast, and I'm about to enjoy some Mexican Coke. Anyway, how you been, buddy?
This is I've been really good, man. We season one of Mic'd Up with Gus was great. It got a lot of attention. I see that you have Mexican Coke in your hand, Andrew.
Yeah, but it's not in a pack.
Jesus This is what comedians
No one's gonna know what we're laughing about.
exactly.
Let them wonder. Let them wonder. Because
Comedians have to
this
come.
is now the funniest thing that happened since that fucking ad played for that fucking movie with Ryan Gosling, where he's like, "Hey, you want to make out?"
Oh
Oh,
shit!
how you doing, Gus?
Good. This is what comedians have to go through probably on a nightly. The repetitive, like, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work?
Got to
Is this
move
gonna...
on. Got to improv, bro.
Gotta go on. The show
Anyway,
must roll on. Guys, welcome back to Mike the Gus. We've been away for a while. Me and Andrew have definitely missed each other, so we came back because he is my unofficial co-host at this point. Some of the things we've been talking about have stirred up a lot of controversies, stirred up a lot of feelings.
I don't know
Unfortunately,
why.
I don't know why either. Enough feelings to where people are still going online and still talking and still being the way they are. Me and Andrew have come to one conclusion, like maybe we should not talk so much shit. And
I
then
did not.
no, and then I said that I was just lying to myself at that point because
I never said that for the record.
for the record, I was lying right now. So
I don't lie. What?
nothing, man.
You act like
A lot of feelings got hurt, and we're not apologetic whatsoever. Okay, and there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, you guys are unprofessional, and you guys are, you guys could do better if you guys were helping the scene instead of bringing it down the scene and all this stuff." I said, "Well, when you have guys taking shots at us constantly and taking shots at Andrew, and it's like, bro, like we have our opinion on certain things, and that's just what it is. We just have our opinions on certain things." But then you have guys like Mark Ortiz who constantly is throwing shots at you and at the scene that he's a part and guys like Mark Ortiz throwing
who's
shots.
Mark Ortiz again?
Oh, here, let me remind you. Guys, if you guys don't know who Mark Ortiz is, Mark Ortiz was the guy who runs All Southern Wrestling Company, All Southern California Wrestling Company. He makes the little buttons. He's the one that was in this video.
Shut your mouth already. I didn't tell you that. Shut your mouth already. I'm done. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, that Mark
Keep talking.
Ortiz.
Above me, I'm gonna crack your shit out of you. So shut the fuck up. Pay me and handle your shit. Be a man.
Was that Eli? Was that Eli?
Wow, who filmed
I
that?
told you. You keep talking above me.
Who filmed it?
Yeah.
Who posted it?
Who?
I'm done. Shut the fuck
Look at
up.
the shadow.
I'm
Watch
done.
the shadow right here.
Shut the fuck up.
That's Mark Ortiz.
Okay.
The
That
only
Mark
reason
Ortiz.
I
Mark
saw
Ortiz, who hit me up last year for a vendor spot at a show, and I gave him my price, and he's like, "Oh, bro, money's tight. Can I pay half and then give you 100 pins?" And I was like, "Fuck it, fine. I'll just give those pins away to fans who buy tickets to my show." And then he shows up. They're really shitty buttons. They kept falling apart. People told me they fucking sucked. I'm sorry to everyone whose buttons fell apart. Of course, they were free. So anyway, that guy, and then he filmed matches on my show without permission, posted them on YouTube without permission. Then when I asked him, "Hey, can you take this shit down?" He told me, "Oh, it'll be 24 hours," not realizing that, I've been operating a YouTube channel since 2006 when it literally fucking started. Hey Gus, do you know that this little promotion called PWG?
Was that the one that was in where the Karate Kid was at? Reseda?
They're kind of influential, yeah. You
Gotcha.
know what they're known?
The Super Dragon dude?
Yeah, you know what they're known for aside from their wrestling?
Hmm.
You know, tell them
I don't.
their YouTube channel where they post their previews.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That thing was huge.
Yeah.
I used to go to that all the time actually.
Yeah, man. You know who started that channel?
Do I get $1 if I guess this right?
No, you don't get shit.
Oh.
You get my presence.
Andrew Pesina, I feel that it was you that started that PWG YouTube channel.
So this fucking moron tried to act like I'm an idiot, thinking I wouldn't fucking know this shit about YouTube, right? So I didn't want to be a dick to him.
Right.
I'm a nice guy, despite what people say. I'm a nice guy. So it's like, man, just make sure they're down, blah blah blah. Because I didn't want it to fucking conflict with my agreement with Fight TV, now known as Triller, not Thriller TV, you stupid fuck. Anyway, he gave me this whole fucking runaround. They never went down. You know, I asked people to check up on it, and they were like, no. And I asked him, hey, man, you never took it down, and he gave me another bullshit story. And he also said this stupid shit like, oh, well, I filmed it so I can get it to the workers. Listen, anyone who works in Epic Pro Show can get footage from me directly, you know? So he's fucking.
Wait. He was saying that he records it so he has it for
He
the
said,
boys.
I forgot what it was. I'll have to go back and
In
look
a
at
nutshell, he's saying, "Oh, I have this footage for the boys just in case you don't."
he's full of shit. And so anyway, he's a fucking asshole and he's full of shit. And I cut ties with him. And then I mentioned him briefly on one previous podcast you and I did. And he hit me up on Facebook, sent me a friend request. I blocked him right after that because I don't want to fucking deal with this. And apparently, like, he's fucking hitting people up asking for my fucking number because he said he wants to fucking patch things up with me. So it's like fucking, because he's also talk shit, says, oh, at least I never was a blogger for SoCal Uncensored, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, at least I never got slapped for fucking owing someone money and did nothing about it besides fucking cry and fucking threaten to sue the person if they fucking post it online and fucking
Marvin posted it, by the way.
and then fucking say, oh, that's the last time I forget to bring my gear bag, and then hashtags always carry because he's a pussy who needs a fucking gun to fight back. Like, dude, I would have respected him more if he fucking fought back against Red Spider and got his ass whooped, you know, instead of running away and crying like a bitch. That Mark Ortiz who tried to fucking laugh at fucking golf gimmick show, fucking outdrew my show that I did at the same venue when it's like that golf gimmick show was really a golf gimmick show because it was a concert with multiple musical acts with thousands and thousands of followers constantly promoting it with several other promoters of concerts locally constantly promoting it, and with the venue itself constantly promoting it, you know, versus just me and my business partner Jamie Iving, and you know, we're both busy fucking people, a guy who runs Complex. Like, yeah, talk all that shit you want. You want something to hit, man? Let this hit you, fucking Mark. That fucking show you're trying to bust on, fucking, that was my highest fucking grossing show as far as ticket sales go, and it's drew more than any of your fucking shows. So shut the fuck up. You fucking run shit fucking parking lot shows where no one fucking goes to. You had Mr. California, the guy who posted that video, in the main event of your show, didn't you? Yeah, fucking, that says it all about you, you fucking piece of shit. You can cap on the fucking size of my audience all you want. And let's say there was over 120 people in the building, but let's say there was as many as, what was your highest draw? Like 40, 50? Let's say even if it was that, I still had a lot of fucking important people at that show. I made a lot of big connections, more important than you'll ever fucking make in your life. So shut the fuck up. Go sell your fucking secondhand VHS tapes and action figures, you piece of shit. And go keep begging more promoters to give you discounts on vendor spots because you're a fucking cheap piece of shit. And then fucking cry on Facebook because no one books you to be a ref because they all think you suck. Because you do. You suck at everything, dude. Shut the fuck up.
So that's the Mark Ortiz situation, guys.
Fuck him. And you know what's funny? Someone who was on that show, two people who were on that show hit me up because they saw that shit. He said, they were like, man, he's a fucking idiot because like only 3% of the people there went to see the wrestling. The rest of the crowd was mostly there to see the fucking musical acts.
And
They might,
that's not even the point. The point is, it's like, bro, like Mark, you're taking shots at somebody, like like you're taking shots at somebody for no reason at this point because it's like, bro, you're like you keep poking the dragon, and
and
like
he tried to he fucking reached out to people trying to squash a beef with me not too long ago.
I mean,
So he
I
wants to
may or
fucking
may
cry.
I may or may have not invited him just now to this actual podcast to see if he wanted to rebuttal against you, but
Fuck him.
he would like to do this by himself. So I was like, all right, I respect that. You know what I mean? But
I'm not talking to him. Like he's cut off from me. That's all I got to say.
okay,
He's cut off
then
from me. He's cut off from Epic Pro. Never talking to his ass again. I don't respect him.
I that's that's the Mark
Now I'm about to
Ortiz.
drink mineral water.
What are you doing inside your stomach, bro? You're gonna explode.
I do whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
If
Sorry.
I could, I'd be eating chocolate almonds right now, but I left them in the kitchen. I don't feel like getting up.
Chocolate almonds.
From fucking
Oh wait,
Costco.
I've had some chocolate almonds
Those
before.
chocolate covered almonds. Dude, they're
Mhm,
fucking good, right?
mhm.
Fucking great shit.
Costco and Sam's Club out here. I don't know how. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing out there too. My wife, she does a lot of big shopping for her job when they do like the catering parties, and she'll go buy all these different bags, and she'll bring home like the leftover stuff. She's like, "Hey, check this out." I'm like, "When the fuck you get that?" It's like s'more clusters and shit, and with like Reese's
Nice.
clusters. I'm just like, hell yeah, keep bringing that, babe. I love that good shit. Um. Anyway, is there anything positive you like to talk about? Is there anything? I mean, we tend to get into the whole drama of things, like
Like how you made Chris Disney cry or almost made him cry in the podcast when when you asked him about why does he think fucking Hobbs and Juan and the primal dudes are all fucking vets and shit, and then he fucking froze like a bitch.
look, me and Disney, amongst other people like
Let me
Jarrell.
before you start, let me say this about Disney. I had respect for him on a personal level before because I met him at two FCW shows and the debut Ground Zero show. Seemed like
Mm,
a cool guy. But then as time went on, I felt like, man, like this dude, like, because I would see, like, let's be honest, this is SoCal wrestling and other parts of the wrestling world are all like this. Everyone will screenshot shit people say, you know, whenever they have gripes about the business, and we all
mhm.
either agree with them or we laugh at them. Several times we've seen Disney's name. I've seen Disney's name in group chats. And what do you think they're saying about them? Him being like, I'm tired of being on the sidelines and shit, or shit like that. What do you think people are saying to us? Or at least my circles are saying. They're mostly saying LOL, LMAO, LMFAO, and they're responding with gifs of people laughing. No offense to Disney as a human being, but it's also like, what is really your main objective of being in the business? I remember seeing this one video he did with Sean Black. It was like, because Sean Black posted it on his Facebook
Was
page.
that the one where it was like the amped up interview?
Can you look that up? Because there was something he said specifically that really made me realize what kind of person Disney is. And I'm not saying this as a malicious thing. I'm saying this on a professional level. It really makes me see what kind of person he is, what his priorities are, and sort of like a bad mindset that's really spreading here in SoCal in the last decade or so.
Excuse me.
Even before that, where it's like people are like, oh, it's all about my friends, my friends, my friends. And it's like, have you
I'm
found the video?
I'm actually looking up amped up wrestling's playlist right now. See if
Company
because
Spotlight, it was called, I think.
oh, this might
Anyway,
be it actually.
I'm watching something about abortion policies and access.
Jesus Christ, what are you watching, brother?
The news.
So
Jesus
wait,
Christ,
is
we
it?
live in a really terrible state for abortion rights.
It's you said Company Spotlight
Yeah,
and the one with Disney.
ORC.
Yeah. I found it. Hang on, I can actually bring it up. You want to bring it up?
Let me just say before this goes on, pro-choice. No fucking person should ever tell another person what to do with their body, ever. I don't care what someone's Bible says. Your fucking religious beliefs should not apply to fucking people's fucking lives and when it comes to laws and shit. Follow your shit and let fucking people live how they want to live. Skip to about like 2 minutes. I think 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe.
Oh, you've seen this?
Yes, I have, and that's why I wanted you to bring it up. Because I really think it's something important that needs to be talked about. I don't want to see that.
What's good, y'all?
All
It's
this
your
other
dog, Urban
shit.
Dirty Not Sean Black, and once again,
Just skip to 2:30.
episode of Company Spotlight.
I think.
So today, we headed
2:30.
down to San Diego.
Hi, Sean.
Like I said, I'm not over the hill yet. I'm about to
Actually, yeah, keep it here.
I've always want to give certain kids a shot, and I appreciate what you're doing now. And tell them about One Ring Circus.
So One Ring Circus is my baby that I just got tired of. Okay, I just got tired of the politics, and I wanted a place that was home for me and my friends
Stop.
to just come wrestle. Do the
Stop
one
it.
thing we love,
Stop it, Gus.
that we bond over.
Stop it.
No
You gotta
politics.
prepare me for this.
Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Take it down. What did you hear, Gus, that made me say stop it?
He wanted a place for him and his friends.
Exactly. He's not the only fucking promoter like that. And that is the fucking problem I have with Chris Disney now. He can say whatever he wants. I saw part of that podcast you did with him where he said, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, he knows what he's doing because he's playing on fucking beginner mode. He can fucking find a fucking brewery, team up with them because they're either cheap to fucking rent out their space or they probably have fucking deals worked out. I know how it works out. I know how that shit works out. And then he books cheap talent. And then let's say he gets maybe 50 people at $20 a piece. He's gonna make money off that no matter what. Because there's no fucking way he's spending more than $500 on those fucking shows. And if he is, goddamn is he getting ripped. But either fucking way, that shit right there is like, oh, I want a place for me and my friends. Get the fuck out of here. This is why SoCal's in the shape it's in. Because it's all people who want to be with their fucking friends. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys don't have social lives outside of fucking wrestling. And if you don't, I feel bad for you, man. I feel fucking bad for you. Like, you gotta, this was what I realized when I was in my early 20s, right before I got back into wrestling, right after I left it. It was like, if you get into this shit, you need to find other shit, You need to find other things. Because if wrestling is the only thing you have and your entire world is wrestling, even if you make it big and all your friends are just wrestling friends,
Right.
you're not really living. And on top of that, you're gonna get clouded judgment. And a lot of these fucking guys have clouded judgment. And it's like, it's also a matter of like fans are gonna get sick of it. There's gonna be circumstances where guys end up doing shit where it's like, excuse me. Guys are doing shit because they care more about their friends than they care about the business. And it's like, listen, you guys want to fucking have playtime with your friends? Cool. Go ahead and have fun. But can we fucking please treat this shit like a fucking business? Can we fucking please look at shit from a professional standpoint instead of an emotional standpoint? Oh, me and my friends aren't getting booked. It's all politics because I suck and now I'm not getting booked anywhere.
Isn't that political though?
This
To
isn't
open
just
up a promotion for your friends and just book your friends.
yes, and this isn't just Disney. This is everyone with that mindset. I want to work with my friends. I want to have fun with my friends. My friends, my friends, my friends. And all of a sudden, all wrestling shows are you and your fucking friends having circle jerks with each other, acting like you're fucking great. and then you're all having shit matches in front of the same 50 to 100 people. And nothing ever fucking grows, nothing ever evolves, nothing ever expands. We're just in the same fucking place because of fucking people who aren't good enough to get booked in. And like at Disney, for example, because he wasn't get good enough to get booked in Ground Zero and then Level Up and then whatever, fucking maybe SoCal Pro. I don't know if he did or didn't work there, and whatever San Diego Promotions at the time, because he couldn't get booked there, he started his own shit. Fuck out of here, man. That's like, oh, I'm not good enough to be in the NBA, so I'm going to start my own fucking team.
I think, I mean, not to back up that play of why Disney opened up the promotion, but
I'm sure there's more reasons.
Well, it was because of the clown, I guess, because they how they all worked for the clown, and then clown screwed everyone over. So him and Matt, what's his fucking name? Matt Collins.
Twisted?
No, not Twisted. Matt Collins.
I don't know.
Him and Disney went off and made One Ring Circus out of spite of the clown,
and that's even worse. Circus. But what he said in that video, sorry to cut you off, it's like he said it clear. It's like
for him and his friends.
Him and his friends. Okay, if you wanted to start a promotion out of spite, why don't you make it good? Why fucking book you and all the same fucking people? It's like I feel bad for wrestling outside of LA here in SoCal, because it's like you got guys like Disney fucking running a lot of shows now, and it's like there's no real fucking vets down there anymore besides like Tommy Wilson,
You actually said that. Okay.
I actually said it. What do you, dude? I said it, but guess what?
Wait, SoCal Crazy?
I think, yeah, I guess, yeah.
But unfortunately, his health is not allowing him to be a full-time trainer right now. So
is he doing fine, or is he?
We'll talk about that personally later.
All right. But yeah, SoCal Crazy, he wasn't around a lot, but like I said, now SoCal Crazy did have a comeback and all that, but how many other veterans are there? I'm not to diss SoCal Crazy, but how many veterans are there now in San Diego that have traveled places, have been places? I know some of them have gone out of San Diego and LA, but how compared to LA, San Diego does not have that. I don't think there's anyone who's got a real resume that can make it seem like, oh, this guy should be, the one that we look to for guidance and all that shit. It's not like that in San Diego anymore. And, I'm worried about it because I feel like Zara Zacher is going to be the last really good prospect to come out of fucking San Diego. And who knows, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. For the sake of the scene, I hope I'm wrong. But
well, they got their school up and running, and
And another thing about Disney, what I found funny is like you mentioned the school. You mentioned, I'm guessing you're alluding to Juan and Hops and Robin Shaw, and I don't know what that school is called, but whoever
the primal
whoever the other person is and whoever owns it, I'm not going to get into that. But what I found funny is like about that Disney interview, it's like it's so transparent that like he started his shit because him and his friends couldn't get over. They had to start their own promotion after they had a falling out with the shittiest promotion in all of SoCal, Fist Combat. And then fucking all this shit now, and then when you pressed him in that interview, right? When you went up to him, but when you went on here and you were like, you asked him about like whether or not he thinks Juan and Hobbs and all those dudes are like worthy of the spot they're at now, and he froze. That said everything I needed to know about him. If I was Juan, if I was Hobbs, if I was any of those San Diego dudes working with Disney, whatever the fucking affiliation they got now, working in his promotion, I would just be like, fuck that. This dude doesn't believe in me, unless they're fucking getting paid like a lot of money to work his shows, like more than what anyone else pays him. Fine, but like, I feel like he pussied out when you pressed him, I mean, you know what? Let's play this. Let's role play a little bit. Gus, you be you. I'll be Disney, and you say the same shit to me that you said to Disney, and I'll be Disney, and I'll say what he
Wait,
should
what
have said.
part? What
The part where you asked him about Juan and Hobbs, if you really believe them and all those dudes being the guys and they can carry San Diego, all that shit,
like being the vets?
all that. Yes,
So okay, so like basically just repeat the
yes.
podcast.
Let's role play, but I'm Disney. You're you.
Okay. So that you feel Disney, you feel that Hops is that veteran, you feel that Hops is the one that's going to carry your company and carry that match with Rich, who, I mean, yes, I like Rich and all, but Rich's skill, like is that all? Is Hops your guy? That he's, I don't think he's a vet. I don't think Juan's a vet just because he has a school. Is that what you're talking about?
I do believe in them, and you know what, Gus? Go fuck yourself for not believe for trying to press me on this shit. Listen, those guys are good, and that's why I have them in the spots they're in. I wouldn't fucking put them where they're at if I didn't fucking believe them. And I don't appreciate you, someone who's supposed to be my friend, questioning me on this shit. I don't respect that, Gus, and I wish you could respect me on that. So that's how it is. But I do believe Juan and Hops have done enough to earn their fucking stripes and where they're at right now. They fucking travel outside of San Diego. They're regulars in Los Angeles. They've been up to West Coast Pro. Juan's been to Japan. So there. I think they're fucking at that point right now. And that's what I'm going to say to you, Gus, as Chris Disney. End scene. If I was Disney, I would have said that shit, right? But
Okay.
here's the thing. And I didn't say anything I really believed in. I held back my real opinions. I was just saying what Disney should have fucking said to you in
As,
that fucking moment
as
if
their
he
as
believed
their
him.
promoter, right?
As their promoter,
Promoter booker. Yeah.
Booker, someone who's friends with them. I guess they're in business together now. I don't know.
I don't think he has
But
anything to do
that's
with it, to be honest.
but that's the fucking way it should have fucking gone, dude. So if the promoter, the guy who's booking these guys, the guy who made Juan his champion, isn't sticking up for Juan, what's that really say? If he doesn't like have his back on a podcast and he just pussies out, getting talked down to by his friend.
I tried to reach out to Juan and Hops and apologize for like calling him a camera boy and all that shit and all that, but after the fact, it was just kind of like, well, am I really apologetic for it? I mean, you brought up something that how Benny was like the one of the people that kind of fucked all of our relationships up, and
You know
it's
what? I am going to also say that a lot of people like let's talk about this. I'm sure Juan Hops and all those dudes have told a lot of people about you and all this shit. But let's really break this down. There's a common denominator between all the shit that's went on with you and all the shit that's went on in San Diego and all the shit that's went on with them. What is that one common denominator, Gus? You tell me.
Benny, 100%. It was Benny.
So again, I know you fucked up, right? But at the same time, it's like there's more to the story that people know that's not out there, that's not public. But all these motherfuckers are just saying this shit, And I really think it's like a situation where it's like, I don't know, like y'all want to fucking put out narratives and then y'all got brainwashed, and then the person who fucking helped cause all the problems is now pitting you guys against each other, and now you guys have beef and you guys never really talked it out and all that shit. And now because the person that really they should be mad at is the guy that they're working with, instead of like being mad at him, they're mad at you because you made a stupid joke. And they fucking took it way too personally, And that's the problem with a lot of fucking people in SoCal. It's like they take shit way too fucking personally. But it's also like,
wait, what joke did I make that they took too personally?
About Juan being a camera guy and all that shit.
He was the camera guy.
It's like it's a fucking joke.
He was the camera guy. So.
Like people make jokes. It's like, and they'll probably think it's malicious, but I didn't think what Gus said was malicious. I thought Gus was just being a dumbass, like usual. I'm a dumbass, I say dumb shit all the time. But if Gus really wanted to be malicious, I think he would have said a lot more about Juan, But he just said,
see, that's the thing is, I don't know. Okay, look, I know
you don't have the same relationship with Juan that you did with Casey and Hops, So
That's 100% true.
so it's like he's running with this joke and shit, and I just think it's like, hey man, instead of being mad at Gus, you should be fucking shifty eyed and looking at fucking Disney instead, and you should be fucking questioning him.
Wait,
And it's like,
why is it back to Disney though?
no, I'm just saying because you're the
I
one
look at
to.
them all. I look at them all shifty eyed because
No,
let me
I'm
ask.
talking about in this specific case.
Right. Oh, I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is, what's even funnier? Listen to this. Where is where's the ring that Bones stole that was at San Diego Pro Wrestling Academy's Amy's spot? Okay, where's that ring at? Is
Oh
that
man,
the ring that's over at Primal that Disney gets in and rolls around in, and all these other guys?
I
Like,
think they had their own ring they
yeah,
bought.
but I think there's another ring too. I
Is
saw
there?
another ring there, and it's like, where's where's the ring that was stolen from me? Does Amy still possess that, or is that the ring that's in Primal right now? And it's like, you guys want me to sit here and like try to make amends with you guys when you guys sit here and talk a bunch of shit? It's like, look, the only person, I think I've mentioned this before on a private, the only person I've ever wanted to really make amends with was Casey, and then Hops. Don't care about Juan too much because it wasn't like me and him were friends of any sort. You know, he was the camera guy, and then when he was still the camera guy when Battle you shut down. So it's like whatever. The only person I wanted to make amends with was Casey, and then Hops, and then I just wanted to talk to him and apologize to him and really get him out of this whole brainwashing thing because I've seen them make posts that, oh, I owe Casey a whole school, and I'm like, bro, I don't owe you shit. Like, we paid a fucking we paid the gym, and then your boy Bones and Norris stole the ring with Benny's help, and then started uh that other promotion that went down in flames, whatever the fuck, Ground Zero.
It didn't really go down in flames. It just faded away.
It went down in flames because Benny
No,
didn't
you're
want to
talking
pay
about
money.
you're talking about level up.
I'm talking about Benny's promotion that
Ground
he
Zero. No, that stopped because of the pandemic, and he didn't bring it back.
because he didn't have no money. Anyway,
I mean, there were shows scheduled. Anyway, go ahead, Gus. I'm sorry to cut you off.
no. It's I don't want to rag on Disney too much, even though me and him don't talk anymore. It is what it is. I know he's all upset with everything, but there's a lot of mistakes that he's made, and there's a lot of things that I've told him personally. Like, bro, like maybe you should watch your back on some things. Maybe you should be more weary about what goes on around you and how you're presenting things. You know, like you're kind of being laughed at right now, and then that's I don't want to say that publicly, but I just did. But it's like, bro, stop.
I laughed at him.
You know, but it's like, bro, like I still have big brother feelings for him, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like you're mad at me for all the wrong things. You could have stood up for yourself. You could have said something. There's people close to Disney that are mad at him for not saying something. So trust me, it's not just us. And anyway, to get off that and the whole Hops and Juan situation and Casey situation, it's just like I would love to amend some relationships with them because they are working with people I know. And you know, I have a branch of, you know, because there's a company that has wrestling amenities, and I'm one of them, and Disney has one of them, and it's like, guys, we're all gonna eventually have to run into each other when we start doing Arizona shows and New Mexico shows and Vegas shows and all these other shows that we're gonna be doing together. It's like, you think that I'm not gonna call across the SoCal and just like not bring you guys in or want you guys over here? You know, it's like this is all gonna have to work out eventually, guys. You know, like I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna come back to San Diego one day. I'm still gonna run shows in California one day. That's not, you know, far fetched. It won't be under an FCW banner, but I have other shit that I had going on. I would love to make amends with these guys. I would love to just trash all the bullshit because it is. At this point, some of our conversations at this point, Andrew, are getting repetitive, and it's like it's not our fault. It's just like a lot of things that do happen
We're
to
just
us.
responding to. I'm responding to shit
I
that's said.
I that I get because yours stays current,
And,
you know.
and and it's like I've never really expressed my opinion on that whole San Diego situation. But I will say this: I weep for SoCal outside of Los Angeles because I don't think there's a bright future. Like I said moments ago, like everyone's focusing on the wrong shit. But I also think it's like I don't think that area is gonna grow no matter how hard they try. Because unless like they get like a big name star who's done shit for like 10, 15,
I've
20
look,
years,
I've
it's not
said
going to.
that. I've actually said that, and that's why I did what I did with FCW, because FCW was in the same boat, sinking. Okay, before I brought on the Young Bucks and Brian Cage, you know who knew about FCW?
No one.
The No one, bro. Exactly. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, what do you mean? I had 40 people there. Exactly. I had 40, 50 people at the show. The show before the Young Bucks, I had 13, 14 paid guests and at least 20 of my coworkers and shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Do the Young Bucks show. Next, thing you know, I got 100 people paying. And then I got 300 people paying. It's like, I try to tell people that's like, hey, man, you might have to bring in a name to draw the attention, ride that coattail for a minute, and build your guys off that as best your good guys, and try to do like you got to bring in somebody to get the eyes back on the scene down there. And it's just like I, I tried
Honestly, they
I
don't.
tried to say
It's
something.
like I said, it's a I want to play with my friends syndrome type thing. Like they all treat it like fucking playtime with their buddies because they all work. Well, most of them work. They have their jobs, they have their wives, they have their kids, or they have their whatever going on, and then excuse me, this is their
So
only
sorry.
fucking recreation time, and they choose to fucking treat professional wrestling like a fucking hobby or a recreation instead of trying to treat it like a fucking thing where they could someday turn it into a ways of living for them.
A
And
business.
on top of that, it's like a lot of these fucking dudes are just like a lot of these fucking dudes like workers and promoters. I'll say it, a guy, Disney for example, they should just fucking pack up and just fucking pay for tickets and just be fans instead of fucking trying to fucking try their own shit that is not going to be anything more than something where
But
it's
you
like,
okay, let me ask
well,
you
hold
this.
on, let me finish my point. It's never going to be anything more than some vanity project, and the only people who will go are local yokels who are just at a fucking at their usual drinking spot. They wouldn't give a fuck if wrestling was there or not. They would still be there drinking. That's how it is with a lot of those shows. And they'll get like the usual 20, 30 fucking regulars down in San Diego who are very loyal to the promotions down there. So that's not growth at all. That's just fucking, that's just being stagnant and it's not going to help.
What I can give One Ring Circus though, and I know you're like, well, it's at a brewery and they're there anyway. What's funny is about that, and I'll stick up for that because I actually watched the growth of One Ring Circus. Do you know what's weird? Is that the people in that brewery, when they're there and the show's going on, have no idea that the show's going on until someone walks out in underwear and they're like, what the fuck is this dude doing? And they're like, oh, it's a wrestling show back there. And that's what used to piss me off too. It's like, how do you have like 50, 80 people sitting here eating and drinking and you don't have them in there? That it was the opposite effect. One Ring Circus actually built their fan base off of the small fans that are in San Diego and them inviting friends and them inviting friends and them inviting friends. You know what I mean? That actually they did grow that way. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, but they're bringing friends who are bringing friends. Are they bringing fans from outside of San Diego, or are they bringing fans who are going to all the big shows? Are they going to bring fans who are going to go to West Coast Pro when they go to San Diego?
Well, okay,
That's the
wait.
real question.
So let
And
me
hold on,
play.
and not just that, not just that. Are any of these guys who are on these shows going to end up fucking growing and performing to a point where they become stars and they become legitimate draws and help the scene grow?
Devil's advocate on this one.
Okay.
So unfortunately, Andrew, every promotion out there in the indie world is damn near like One Ring Circus lower or lower than that. So my defense with it, because that actually kind of like you're how do I say this? Not contradicting yourself, because they're drawing fans, and just because they're not drawing fans that go to bigger shows, or maybe they're not into the bigger shows, but they're drawing the fans that like One Ring Circus's style. They like that style of wrestling. They like the people that are coming there. So
Are those really wrestling fans? Are they wrestling fans, or are they fans of this thing that's in their area?
wrestling fans. I mean, I've met a lot of them. They're wrestling fans, man, and it's
No,
like
but I mean the majority of them.
the majority of them are wrestling fans, man. Straight
I
up.
don't believe that.
Okay, well, don't believe it. But what
I
I'm
don't.
saying is, you're arguing about something that is clearly they clearly draw. And look, I'll even throw this out here. The relentless pro people, like I listen to the crowd, and I know like sometimes we don't like the Billy Bonds dude because he talks shit, but I've listened to his crowd. A non-wrestling crowd doesn't sound like that. So it's like he's drawing 100 non-wrestling fans that just happen to know how to cheer for wrestling.
I just don't think those people are wrestling fans. I just think they're people who see an attraction locally, or they have, or they are. What was the point I'm trying?
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, I just saw
how do you
someone.
become a wrestling fan then? What if they
No, I'm talking about a wrestling fan who will consistently go to shows, who follows products, who buys merchandise, all that. I'm not talking about someone who's like, oh, there's a wrestling show in town, I'm gonna go watch, and or someone who's going to a wrestling show because they had a passing interest in WWE, they've watched it every once in a while, and their friend is bringing them out to a show, and then they'll just wear a random WWE shirt they have, and then they'll be there, and then they're fans. Everyone's a fan when they go to a show, right? But it's also like, I'm not saying, oh, every fan needs to fucking consume wrestling 24/7. I'm not gonna say that. What I'm saying is, are these people who are gonna end up being so invested in the workers, right? That they'll follow them to different promotions in San Diego to the point where other promotions in San Diego are gonna fucking grow. I do not think that. I just think it's all okay. Like you said, there's fans, but they're also bringing friends. But I
Mhm.
also don't think that, like, and I've seen, the crowds, and Gus, you and I, we're not stupid. We know how many fucking seats are in a row. We know how many rows that can be fucking together in a section. We know how many seats can fit in a section, right? I don't really think, like, these people are going to end are drawing anywhere like above 150 to 200. They're drawing 100 people, and okay, that's fine. But it's like, again, are these people going to care, like, in a month, 2 months, a year or so? That's the real question. And sure, they're doing okay now, right? But how long until the charm wears off? That's the real question to me. But I don't think, like, I understand you're defending it, and I'm glad you're pushing back because, fucking someone's got it. We got to make this shit interesting. But I just don't agree with that idea based on what I've seen. And to me, it's really like, let's see where they're at in a year or two, and let's see how everyone else is. Because to me, it's like that old saying goes, rising tides lift all ships, Um, but to me, it's like, is this really something where it's about to be something that'll benefit everyone, or is it just going to be like this random fucking vanity gimmick shit at a brewery, and then yeah, people will see it. It's like, oh, it's a brewery, I'm going to go to this show. Like, there's certain promotions out there. I don't want to name names because I'm sure people will get really mad, and I can't afford to have those people mad at me. And I'm not saying it's in
Ah.
SoCal. I'm not saying it's in SoCal, but it's like they have a lot of people going to their shows, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, they enjoy the product, but like, are they gonna fucking look into fucking not Vegas? I'm not talking about Vegas,
Oh no,
guys.
I was fixing my hat. Actually,
Okay, okay. No, but there's promotions out there that draw really well,
no,
but
this
it's
team's
also
not in
like,
SoCal. This is a pro team in Vegas,
I'm just
not in
saying.
SoCal. This is the
Yeah, that's
pro
what I said.
team.
I said it's not. I'm not talking about Vegas. Anyway, I'm just saying there's promotions out there that can draw really well and make people fans of their product, but those people aren't going to be into everything else, And
Right.
yeah, there's nothing bad with a promotion, getting its shine, but at the same time, it's like, does it really benefit the industry? And I think it's like one of those things where it's like
Yes.
where everyone's
100%.
goal should be to benefit the entire industry, if
Okay,
you're in
but
this
here,
business.
okay, so listen. Here's how I look at it too. In Oklahoma, and don't start your bullshit with Oklahoma yet. In Oklahoma,
About
there's
how you guys are terrible
shut the
with your
fuck
human
up.
rights and
Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, shut up, you fucking long haired hippie. Shut your fucking mouth. Go braid your fucking hair or something. Anyway, out here,
hey
there's literally
Gus.
like 10 to 15 promotions. Okay,
I was gonna say
so
something nasty.
so I noticed that these promotions don't work close to the cities; that they work close to their proximity. Or I've actually seen shows. You're like, why is it thrown over there? And then they're drawing 450, 500 people. We're like, God damn! Like, wow, that's really good. And it's the same kind of fans that you're talking about. They're not going to go 2 hours away to the next indie show, even though that they're there and they're rooting all these guys on that they love to watch every month. But it's like, I'm not going to drive 2 hours this way. But yet that promotion's drawing 500 of those non-wrestling fans that aren't going to go to WWE or AEW when it comes to town. They can give a fuck less about what's GCW. All I know is when they have this show over here, me and Marge are there. It's like, okay, bro, like those are the same kind of homegrown promotions that are happening in San Diego. Okay, they're just going to draw the local attention. They're going to grab the wrestling fans that are nearby, and unfortunately, San Diego is fucking expensive. So sometimes Andrew, your show, which not digging on this, you have a great fucking show and a great card, but you're not going to draw attention from San Diego from traffic, from just, well, I already went to a wrestling show yesterday and I'm kind of like the budget. There's money issues and shit. You got to put all those into a factor because it's the same thing that's happening everywhere you go, man. So it's like you can't knock it all completely. Okay. You can knock the fact that there's shitty wrestling in that ring and that'll never do anything for the business and it's unsafe. I'll give you that. And that's the part where I think you need to stay more on that lane is stop having unsafe shows. You guys are doing something for the business. You guys are drawing attention. You guys are doing something well. Good. Now that you have the attention on it, be safe and smart about it. I think that's the direction you're trying to get to have people focus on. You just haven't said that yet. And guess what? I think we just put that together is he doesn't have a problem with you, Disney. He doesn't have a problem with you, Relentless Pro. He has a problem with what you're putting in the ring because you have the attention from people and you can get more attention. But listen, his point is wait, who you saying fuck to?
Tom Dupree.
The point is though is
Can I before you
cut me
I'm
off.
sorry to cut you off. I wanted to make a point before I forget the fuck. You talk about, this bumfuck town drawing 500 people,
Mhm.
and but those people won't drive 2 or 3 hours, to another show. Okay, that's a very valid point, but at the same time it's like this. Are those people going to that show? Me and Marge go to the show because every time they put it on, blah blah blah. Is that guy, is that redneck going to that show because he likes wrestling, or is he going
Yeah.
because it's entertainment in town and there's nothing else going on?
What is wrestling, Andrew? It's fucking
No, I
entertainment.
mean there's no other forms of entertainment. Like,
Okay, if that was the case, then then every promotion should be drawing
no, I'm just saying
10,000
with
people
with,
from the
with,
town because there ain't shit going on.
with certain like examples, it's like I feel like those are outliers, and those things everything depends on the circumstance. I
Hmm.
think when it comes to drawing, it all depends on the circumstance. And also for some promoters, the draw isn't the most important part. Streaming numbers and pay-per-view buys are the biggest part.
What's the most important part for you then? What's your top three in order?
Top three in order:
Hmm?
streaming, ticket sales, sponsorships.
Okay. I mean,
I really want to get more when it comes to merchandising and stuff, and I have been looking into that. Like, I've been looking into so many ways to increase revenue and shit. So it's like, but right now it's like I'm doing good enough, where I can just do what I need to do and get by. And you mentioned that everything's expensive. You know how fucking expensive it is to get an LA venue. Some spots are just asking for like 3,000,
oh yeah,
just to get
oh
in the
yeah,
door, and that's like, holy shit, man. Like,
and you not and I'm gonna throw this at you. You not Oklahoma, but it's like, bro, even though it's licensed out here, and despite the politics bullshit, like the political side, like whatever the president, all that shit, that's what I'm talking about. The wrestling world itself and what I'm capable of doing out here, I can literally go rent. It's public. I can literally go rent the OKC fairgrounds. Like I could go on to their fairgrounds, like Delmar Fair, rent one of their big halls, big fucking hall. It's like 28,000 square feet or something like that. $1,400, dude, for the day, and it comes with vendoring licenses and all this other shit. So it's like, man, I have big capabilities doing shit out here. It's like
yeah.
that's
Well, it's
why.
also an instance where like a lot of prices, and I hate to get political,
I'm
but
getting
it's all an economic, really. It's all an economics thing.
yeah.
Because look at Oklahoma and what people are making there versus what people are making out here in
Oh,
California.
bro, I would hire when I was managing the club and they told me the prices to tell these people and I'm like, are the pay rates and they're like happy with it. I'm like, bro, it's only $10. Like, yeah, my last job gave me 8. I'm like, it's 2024. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, holy shit.
You know the national federal minimum wage is only like 6 or
750,
$7. Yeah, 750,
750. Yeah.
which is fucking insane. And like
Ridiculous.
people here in California are bitching that like, you know, fast food workers are getting paid $20 an hour when everyone at the very minimum should be making at least $30 an hour just to keep up economically with the way shit's going here in
And you
California.
have to have a 2 income house.
And then everyone wants to say, oh, then the corporations will raise prices on everything. Yeah, because they're fucking greedy pieces of shit. They're already raking in billions and billions of dollars in profits, and they're trying to distract the fucking stupid fucks. I mean, conservatives from like realizing that shit. So they're gonna say, "Oh, your prices for your cheeseburger are going up because we have to fucking pay our staff $20. We have to pay them living wages." So blame the Democrats for that shit. And you get all these stupid
Oh,
fucks talking
here
about
he
this. I
goes.
don't want to go on, but anyway,
Here he
it's just
goes.
fucking stupid and just shows how fucking stupid capitalism and this
And
capitalism
that
is
and
in this
that's
country
why
because it's so unchecked.
and this is the reason why Andrew's mad at the wrestling world.
There's a lot of reasons why I'm mad at the wrestling world. It sucks. People are
I
saying
just I just I just
I'm
somebody
especially mad at people who are saying WWE is good when it still fucking sucks.
why do you say that? Okay, listen. I'm
Because
gonna
it
like I wanted to
genuinely
argue about
fucking
this.
sucks.
We're gonna argue this. We
Go
have to
ahead.
argue this because I was on the same boat as a lot of people who watch wrestling for wrestling and for what it is. And sometimes, yes, the theatrics can get in the way. The some of this bullshit can get in the way with WWE, but we also got to remember that's what WWE is. It's on primetime TV with commercials, with this, with that. They're gonna accommodate a lot of that pop culture like shit where it's like we
It's
they
just
just inject.
lame
It
though.
is. It's okay. Look, man, I'm gonna agree with you on
Can
a
we talk
lot of
about
things.
you want to talk about theatrics? You know what was really fucking cool?
Mm.
When fucking Darby Allin set fucking Jack Perry on fire. When Sting, the dynamite before his retirement, came down from the rafters for the last time. That's fucking cool shit, you know?
Okay, so okay, but
But
WWE as
but
a
that
whole, why is it just not good anymore to you?
it's just corny, overly produced bullshit. You know, let me put it like this.
It's for kids. It's not for us anymore. You got to
It's,
remember that.
they
It's for
changed they
it's
shifted the
for the
demographics. Yes, it's
the
technically still
demographics going to shift
it's
next
still
year when it
P.
goes to
Oh,
Netflix.
so that's why they're doing gimmicks where fucking what's the thing I'm trying to remember?
I'm telling.
Who's that one girl who's trying to fuck Rey Mysterio's kid?
Oh, anyway, yeah.
They're doing shit like that,
But they're
and
headed towards that's because they're headed
yeah,
towards Netflix, and that's
but it's
that.
still corny and like it's just corny the
There's a
way it's
bunch of there's
all
corny shit in
produced.
everything. There's
Yes, but it doesn't need to be.
every storyline, any promotion that does storylines is gonna have some corny shit in there because guess what? It's pro wrestling, and you have to sell. You
Well,
have to
here's the
sell
thing.
what goes on in the ring.
There's a difference between being corny for the sake of being corny in comedy and just being corny. You
Hmm.
know, that's the way I look at it. And also, it's like it just doesn't feel authentic to me. You know, like everything just seems so micromanaged, so overly produced, and it's
But
like
that's what makes their like okay, so but that's what makes their product crisp a little bit, in my opinion.
not.
Like everyone says, well, in the ring they do television wrestling. I'm like, bro, no, they don't. All that fucking all those stereotypes that you guys had like 5, 10 years ago is like, oh, John Cena, 5 moves. It's like that
No,
they've
it's still
been
like
past
that.
that. No, it's
It's
not.
still like there's a lot of rest holds. There's a lot of there's ever like
Hey man,
ever
they have
since
commercial breaks, bro. They're getting
Triple
paid
H
for that shit.
took over. There's been more and more facial over like over fucking doing a facial expressions and fucking laying around after fucking big spots just so they can fucking get replays in and plugs in. Have you ever noticed that, Gus? That every time there's a
One
big
hundred
spot,
percent.
someone's down and they're
And
told to do that shit so they can get the fucking shit in. It's all
okay,
corporate manufactured. To me,
okay.
WWE is like this. I'm sorry to cut you off,
No,
but to
no, go
me, it's
ahead.
like this. And I'm going to basically put it like this. Remember back in the late 90s when
Mm-hmm.
all those boy bands came out?
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, LFO, O Town, all them
O
motherfuckers.
Town from San Diego, baby. What? No, go ahead.
I thought they were from Orlando.
O Town. One of the
Yeah.
one of the dudes in O Town was from San Diego because I went and did his. Anyway, I wasn't.
Anyway, anyway,
Yeah, I wasn't there.
but
I wasn't there.
to me, WWE reminds me of that, where it's like they just fucking they script everything and they tell these performers, yeah, who are talented in their own rights, what to do. So there's not a lot of artistic expression in WWE. And to me, it's like the only artistic expression is coming from a group of fucking writers who are just like, yeah, let's do this and let's do that. Meanwhile, like wrestlers are fucking being told to do this and that, and they're being treated like fucking puppets, you
Okay,
know?
but they have a bigger picture to protect. Let me just throw this out there, man. WWE is way past our level. Okay, they're allowed to have a 1 week festival that leads up to a 4 hour show that everyone's glued to, and then they'll do it again the next night. Here's my point. When you have that much money invested, and this is how I'm just looking at it. When you have that much invested, that much relationships invested, television rights, and just all this invested, you have to protect things along the line. So these rest holds and these replays and all that shit, bro. I don't want Rhea Ripley out there doing young buck spots and then she's washed out in a year because she's not really trained to be that way, and we just fucked off one of our biggest like cash cows. I mean, that's what they are. I mean,
Well,
we
no
all
one's
get it.
saying they need to be Young Buck style matches. I'm just saying it's just the presentation of the WWE
The
and the
presentation,
way
bro.
things
There,
are
it's for
laid out.
kids. It's wrestling Disneyland for
Okay,
kids.
well, tell that to all the adults who watch WWE and take it seriously, more
I take,
serious than I
bro.
do.
What
Tell
I
that,
even
tell that
say,
to tell that
it's
to all the
okay.
adults who are going to get mad at me for saying WWE sucks, and I thought the Wyatt Six angle was kind of whack.
No comment on that.
I mean, no, I get it. I get the whole angle, but I thought it was lame. And just it's an example of how WWE's lame. And whenever I watch the shows, I'll turn on a match and the crowds are just, yeah, they're getting crowds bigger than usual, but they're so lifeless outside of one or two or three acts, you know?
Oh, I've seen it.
And
I've
to me,
seen
it's
that.
like, I
I've
think
seen
here's
that.
what WWE has done great at. They've got great advertising, great marketing, and they
Great,
got great PR to distract the people
amazing.
from the fact that they're now them and Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis are being investigated by the DOJ because of the sex trafficking lawsuit.
Well, I'll agree with you on a lot of the distraction levels.
And Triple H sucks. He's a terrible booker. Sucked as a wrestler. And he sucked. He's such a bland, boring booker. He had one hot period with NXT when he got all the great indie guys, but now it's like I think he's being exposed as being a really bad booker who can't really come up with original ideas.
Speaking of, okay, are you watching the Who Killed WCW?
Yeah, it's just a Eric Bischoff rehab project. Because let's be honest, like why, like, are we really gonna act like Eric Bischoff didn't fucking have play a role in that? Like, there's a million people. I didn't watch. I watched the last episode, but I fell asleep while
Just
watching the
part
last 30
three.
minutes.
Part three is only like 45 minutes long anyway.
Yeah, I watched. I watched that, and then I watched part 4, and then I fell asleep because
So, see, okay, so I watched that, right? And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like some of these promotions out here are almost doing the same thing, getting a bunch of their fucking friends together and just allowing anarchy. And it's like, bro, it's not gonna work out for you, you know. And if you kind of look at AEW, don't you feel like AEW is kind of like, are they headed towards that way? Are they going to survive more because they have more social media outlets now than WCW did to keep them alive? Because let's face it, the reels and videos and people liking shit constantly is always going to keep people like alive nowadays. But if WCW had the same level of social media back in the day, do you think they'd still be here today?
It was just TV landscape. I think it was a mixture of various things, but the biggest thing was like wrestling couldn't get on TV in those days.
Right.
It was hard. But these days, there's so many different fucking channels. Like, let's look back at 2001 and look at 2024 as far as television, right? Back then, there was like what 50, 60 channels, and then maybe if you had the bigger package, you get like another 50 channels and
He
shit.
said the bigger package. That's the era we come from, people. We had to
I'm
buy
just
our
saying,
cable in a
the
package.
more expensive package.
No, we had
Anyway,
to buy our
the
shit.
higher tier, it's still like that, Gus. But now it's like you get 300 channels, like 100 channels with basic, 200 with the premium tier, and then 500 with the platinum tier or whatever. There's a lot of fucking television networks out there. There's a lot of cable networks out there that are willing to pay money for a hot commodity. AEW has proven that they've been that. Now here's the thing: everyone's going to talk about, oh, their last show was a record low, blah blah blah,
I
and
don't
it's
pay
like,
attention to those.
okay, so their last show did a record low rating
Uh-huh.
for a show that wasn't preempted. Now here's the thing: it was on like right around the same time as the Kendrick Lamar concert, and it's still ranked number 3 in cable, right? Let that sink in to all of everyone who's like just talking shit. It was the lowest rated fucking network show for a non-preempted show, and yet it was still number 3 overall.
Hmm.
So it's not so like networks are going to see that, right? They're going to see like, oh, this still performs well even when there's an abnormality, when fucking they're getting quote unquote low viewership, because I feel like the ratings game's all stupid and rigged. Anyway,
Let me ask you this question,
okay.
because I
No,
feel this.
let me finish my point before I forget. Someone's going to pay for AEW. They're going to be around. If WCW were around today, they'd be getting paid too.
Yeah,
They
that's my
would still
point.
be around. They would
That's my
still be
point.
around.
Okay.
It's just a difference of the landscape of TV.
What did you think of Lucha Underground?
So you know how we talked about WWE being corny.
Okay.
I thought Lucha Underground was corny too, but in a different sense. But it all, like, from seasons 1, 2, and part of 3, it had an appeal, right?
Mhm.
But toward the end, it just like lost at its appeal. It lost its appeal. It just went into a completely different fucking realm, Like, it was cool to see fucking murders in wrestling TV.
I know one person got smoked on that show.
Who?
Uh, Bale, Benny. Benny played this dude named Bale. I don't know if we mentioned that before in another podcast, but Benny was murdered on TV.
Why was that?
When was that, or why?
No, why? Why? Like, I heard like he got written off the show, but I never found out why.
Oh, I think Conan actually mentions it on Keeping It 100 this past week about
Mm.
they had. I would bring it up, but Benny's not worth my time like that. But Conan mentioned how, or Disco got a question saying, "Hey Conan, is it true that this, that, and the other? Was there like restraining orders?" And he gets in all these stories, and he's like, "Yeah, this one time because me and Hernandez had a bunch of heat down in Mexico. He wrestled these 3 guys, and it was Benny, Cortez, and Cholo, that whole little group they had." And he's like, "Yeah," he goes, and then fucking Hernandez goes and tells our those 3 guys tell Hernandez that fucking Conan had him stiff him and shit in the ring. So then Hernandez goes back and tells the office and all that shit. And I was just like, wait a minute. Like, I remember hearing about all that when it happened. And then I questioned the party, you know? And so it's half true, but it's not. Like, Conan did tell these guys, like, hey man, this guy's big as fuck, like, make sure you guys go in there and have a good match and be stiff with it. Benny, being a bitch that he was, Hernandez walked up to him and said, "Hey, bro, what was that all about?" And Benny said, "Go ask Conan. That's what happened." He bitched out. And he's like, "Go ask Conan." It's like, "Go ask
Mm.
Conan what?" He's like, "Yeah, I told him to go in there and have a fucking stiff match with you because like what?" You know what I mean? So it all got turned into something else. And the reason why I know that it's true because one, Benny told me, and the other one is I made Benny go apologize to Conan straight up because he's like, I don't think Conan likes me. I'm like, okay, cool. Why? And then that's why he had told me the story, and I was like, oh, well, I already pieced it together from everybody else in Lucha Underground because I
Mm.
was always there. But fucking, I told him, I said, bro, I'm working with Conan. Like, I go to this man's house, and like, I didn't know that's what it was because Benny used to tell me all the time, "Hey, don't trust Conan. Don't trust Conan. He's going to take all your money." I'm like, "Bro, Conan did nothing but try to make me fucking money, okay? You try to take all my money." So anyway, he'd always tell me not to trust Conan, and then like so that shit happened at Lucha Underground. I find out about the whole truth from Benny, and then I make him apologize to Conan. I was like, "Well, go apologize to him. Tell me fucking sorry, bro, because that dude's gonna be working with us and shit." So
Yeah.
he had to go apologize to Conan, and I made him. And then I guess Benny got put on a show after that, out of like, all right, bro, like I'll put you on a show type shit, you know. And then Benny got to be on one of uh those 6-1 or those Rey Mysterio shows they had. But yeah, Benny's just a bitch, bro. Like fucking always passing the buck on somebody when he could have easily told fucking Hernandez, like, nah, he didn't say shit like that. He just that's just how we work. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say, you know?
Mm.
But my whole thing was my question about Lucha Underground was is that the corniness that you said about WWE, did you think that Lucha Underground was corny and could it had more purpose and could it have lasted longer?
It just fit within the context. With WWE, sometimes it's like, oh, we're going to be reality based and we're going to do all these things. It's like, I like somebody sent me a clip of like the Drew McIntyre CM Punk thing from like, I guess they had a pay per view recently where, because
Yeah.
I guess they're beefing and they
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
talk shit online, and then CM Punk pretended he was a referee and fucked with Drew in a title
Yeah.
match and all that. And so you got that going on, and then you have like I guess the Bloodline, which I think is also kind of a like I'm not a fan of the way it's been presented by WWE, but it's like you have that shit, and then you have the Wyatt shit, the Wyatt Six. I didn't mean to say Wyatt shit and to insult it. I meant like
Yeah, yeah.
I say shit after a bunch of shit like it's cold and shit. That's what I meant. But the Wyatt Six angle, and then they're doing the QR codes. Their transmission feeds are getting cut. Like even though it's like that's not how it works. It's not analog anymore. It's fucking digital. They can just fucking change a feed with seamlessly, and it's like, oh, look at how dark and spooky it is. Oh, it's so supernatural. And then like I don't know, man. It's just to me that was lame. But with Lucha Underground, it was like all that shit is all that shit, all that shit. And when you saw the supernatural shit, it happened in the cutscenes. It didn't happen in the ring. And they didn't present people like super immortal and all that shit.
What do you
And
mean? One person disappeared and like reappeared on the
no, on
fucking.
TV,
Oh,
no, I don't know how to present it. Like to me, it's like this. I saw part of that fucking Cody Roman Reigns match from Mania this year, and they had the million run-ins and shit, and then Undertaker appears in the ring. It's like really. We live in an age where people fucking post videos of fucking dude crawling out from in the under the ring and into the ring and shit. It's like it's so fucking lame, dude. It's like I get it, suspend your belief and shit, but it's like
Gangrel just did it with AEW. He
I
came up
think
from
I
the
think
ring.
there's a difference between like that where he was just came up from under the ring. I can understand a dude hiding under the ring and then just popping out when it's time to fucking go, when he gets a signal, like that kind of shit. But then the fucking lights go out, dude's hiding under the ring, and we're supposed to believe that he appeared magically in the ring. I also hate the acting in WWE. It's so bad. It's so bad in the way they present their skits. Like every time, like I haven't seen much fucking recent bloodline shit, but all the time I would see like Roman Reigns sitting in chair like, and then Paul Heyman's like, my tribal chief, what do we need to do? Blah 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 blah. It's like, And it's just like that shit for weeks and weeks on end. Then we get fucking long segments where Roman Reigns is in the ring, like, acknowledge me. I'm the tribal chief. Blah, 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 blah. And someone comes out, and then every match is like fucking running Palooza, the fucking
Running
winner.
Palooza.
It's just all the same shit. And then we got Cody coming on, like, I need to do this to finish the story. I get it. Marketing, you got to hit your buzzwords so you can fucking do that. You don't really need to do that. You can say it once, it'll get over, and then let the marketing do it. But every promo is like Cody Rhodes in a ring talking for 20 fucking minutes, blah, 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 blah. And
But
it's
that
like,
goes
get
back
the
to my
fuck. And
whole
it goes, and
saving. You
it's
got to
been
save
like
your
that.
product, bro. You
It's
can't injure
been
your
like
product.
that for decades now. And it's
Yeah,
just
and they're
so
making billions of
boring.
dollars.
Yeah, because they got a great marketing team. If they didn't
Okay, well,
have
I
that
want their
marketing team,
marketing team.
it'd
I
go to
want their
shit.
marketing team. I want their marketing team, and I
I
want their
wish,
money. God damn it!
dude, listen, some terrible fucking shows have fucking been popular because of great marketing. Big Bang Theory, you know,
You do like that show,
musical
don't you?
artists. I hate it.
Okay.
I
Just
hate
to let
that
you
shit.
know, guys, we weren't supposed to
Taylor
talk about no
Swift.
wrestling. Me and Andrew were supposed to actually review the new Dragons, House of Dragons, and that did not
I
happen.
never watched that. I've never watched Game of Thrones or anything like that.
I did. I
I've
actually watched.
never been a fan of like sci-fi fantasy shit.
That's pretty good. Andrew, let's break all this wrestling shit up, cause let's just break all this wrestling shit up, cause let's break all this wrestling shit up. So let's talk about wrestling.
Okay.
No,
Who are we gonna? Who do we
it's
make
just that
mad now?
I'm just trying to get off the whole negative vibe. Not trying to like go back on anything I ever said, right? Because I'm not gonna do that. What I'm just trying to do is maybe see some things in a different light, maybe see some things differently from you, because there's a lot of things that me and you've talked about that I implemented on my new promotion out here, and it's like, okay, there's a lot of things I won't do just because of the things we've talked about, because it makes sense, but then there's some things that don't make sense that I'm still gonna
Yeah,
do.
but you're booking in your main event, so
Wait, say that again.
I was fucking with you. I tried to do a joke. I pressed the mute button while I was talking. So
That's why I was like, wait, did that not?
yeah, I was fucking with you, dude. Because I saw there's a mute button, and I could just I can just come back in the middle of it and just and to be in the middle of the sentence. I thought it would be a funny gag, and I didn't think off until now.
Stop clicking buttons, motherfucker.
How about you go yourself, you fucking piece of shit?
Man, you know, if I could get paid for it and make a living off of it, I fucking probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would. I was supposed to be a stand-up comedian when I was younger. I didn't want to be a firefighter or nothing like that. I wanted to be a fucking stand-up comedian or a ninja. That was
Yeah,
what
and
I
you
wanted to
sucked
be.
at both.
I'm a
You're,
good stand-up comedian. Shut your fucking mouth.
no, you're not. You can
Yeah,
tell good stories, but I've never seen one.
that's what the fuck stand-up comedy
Let me let me
is.
let me let me see you do a 20-minute set and we'll talk, Mister.
Mr. What?
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. We don't make me. What's her name? Candace. I'll bring up Candace. Candace used to bully Andrew back in the day. I
Yeah,
guess
when I
when
was like 10 and she was in high school.
you had to done something wrong. You had to have been an asshole in some fucking form or fashion.
Listen, she was in high school hanging out with fucking middle schoolers.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm just saying shit. I don't know what to say. You know, it's like because it's like I'm not gonna do the gag
You
again.
got bullied by a girl, and now you're taking it out on everyone else. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's Andrew. It's my promotion's the
Who
best.
did you get bullied by? I know
Me?
you've been bullied before. The entire SoCal wrestling scene, and you ran to fucking Oklahoma.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
You bitch.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck?
you tried
First
to
of all, who
fucking
the
get
fuck
me.
bullied me?
You tried to get me on that, but then I
I
got
know he
you.
fucking bullied me out of my motherfucking city. The economy bullied me out of the city. I couldn't afford
Bullshit.
the shit.
I cried.
Man, suck a dick.
What would be wrong with that?
Sucking a dick.
Yeah.
It's all you, bro. It's still.
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't do it, but I don't see why that would be an issue, Gus.
It's
Can we
not.
go back to talking about wrestling?
Jesus, motherfucker. Hey, how's Are we ever? Am I ever gonna get a one-on-one with Hot Tub Sean, or is that a no? Is that a no go?
I don't know. You want me to ask him?
I'm asking him now. Hot Tub Sean, are we ever gonna be friends again? Are we gonna ever be cool again? Because we're gonna end up seeing each other again one of these days,
I
and I
mean,
don't
me and
want.
Sean patch things up. If we
That's
could
what I'm
patch things
saying.
up,
Like, hey
how the
man,
fuck? I don't think there's any fucking reason why you two can't.
I don't
Sean,
have any beef. The only person that has heat with me is Jarrell because Jarrell is Jarrell's a little bitch, bro. Fuck.
I've been telling people that for decades now.
Hey, I've known that. I just try to help this dude because he has just weirdo issues, man. Like he wanted to throw some shit at me the other day online because I made a smiley face on his post because he's over here posting about if someone tells you something in private, don't throw that against them later on. It's like, bro, that's all you've ever done is take what people say about or take people's like things that you've trusted him with, like, oh, Drell, here's my problems, and you're like, oh, all right, cool. And then next, Drell's throwing them to his friends and shit, making fun of you. It's like,
That
bro,
dude also puts out all his well, last time I fucking was social media friends with him because I blocked him like 2 years ago because he was a fucking
man, he
moron.
relapsed again. Fucking
Because he would always post the stupidest fucking shit on Facebook. Like, remember one time he's like, "Oh man, I'm having chest pains. I don't know if I had a little heart attack or an anxiety attack. Should I go to the hospital?" And everyone's be like, "Go get an EKG, dude." And like everyone's like, "Why are you fucking posting this shit on Facebook?" Like 99% of the shit I would see him post on Facebook was dumb shit he could have fucking Googled. That's the kind of guy Jarrell is. Holy fuck,
you
man.
want to know the kind of guy Drell is really though, and this is what pisses me off about him
He's a fucking idiot.
is that there was some show. Okay, so when the ring got stolen, I had all these shows lined up, and he was working those 420 shows with us, and there was one show where he got a bunch of product, and I was like, hey man, since your payday was going to go to the product and I got you product for free, is there any way that we can just bundle up all these shows into one payment next week? So I'll pay you for this show today, next week's show, and the 3 upcoming shows at next week's show. And he's like, cool. Unfortunately, the ring got stolen. So anyway, he's always held it against me like, oh, you owe me money and this and that. I'm like, bro, you've been clearly paid. So I tested him one time and I was like, I had the money to pay him because I knew I only owed him like a couple $100. And I was like, I'll pay Jarrell, fuck it. So I hit him
Mhm.
up. I'm like, hey, bro, how much do I owe you? He's like, $750. I'm like, what? I was like, what do you mean? He goes, oh, well, it's for, and I'm like, timeout. So then I had to go back to all the messages because I have all the messages.
Mhm.
And then I show him this shit and he's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, man. It's, I was just asking for more money because, like my head's not in the right place. And, uh, I was doing a bunch of drugs at the time, and I was doing a bunch of drugs with Bones, and I broke my retainer at the time because I was grinding my teeth too hard, and I needed some extra bucks, and this and that and the other. And this, that, and the other is honestly something I don't want to mention, but it's fucking pathetic what he used as an excuse. But it was just like he started using these excuses of why he was begging or trying to steal more money from me. I'm like, bro, like I'm paying you for shows like I'm paying you for a show that happened and I'm paying you for a show that didn't happen, but I'm not going to pay you for these other 3 obviously, but I am
Mhm.
going to hook you up. But you're trying to get like 550 extra dollars off me. Fuck you, Jarrell. And then you're going to go and take shots at me publicly, bro, and bring up some dumb shit and then erase it, block me, and then unblock me to message me because I have the messages from just a couple days ago. You unblock me to say, "Hey, why do you go into war with me? We should just take a break from each other." I'm like, "Fuck out of here, man!"
Take a
Like,
break from each other. What are you, a fucking middle school couple?
I guess Jarrell is my side piece, because look, man, because Jarrell's always trying to put himself in a
Sean's
show
trying to
and
victimize himself and always trying to fucking
always
make
trying to put
himself.
himself over. So
Yeah.
there was one point, bro, where he had told me like, "Me and your Heat, we could do this big blowout show," and and you know what? There was one point where I actually fell for it. And I was like, all right, look, man, I'll talk to Disney, and if anything, we'll do a blow off match at One Ring Circus. Since then, he's retired. How many? I don't know how many times he's retired or anything, but
Retired, unretired, fucking
he's a little money mark chasing dude,
yeah.
and he's chasing this dude around who's got all the like. First of all, the person that he's like shadowed up next to, I don't want to mention his name because actually I respect the dude outside of wrestling for other things he's done, but the guy that Drell chases around doesn't want him around. The I actually had a job through the same people that Drell worked with. And when my first day there, within the first 2 hours, the 5 people that worked with me all worked with Jarrell before and were like, that guy's a sack of shit. Lazy, always thinking about himself. And I was like, yeah. I didn't even bury him like that. I was like, bro, yeah, he's the same way in wrestling. I was just like, wow. The outside world is the same for you as wrestling, Jarrell. That's fucking pitiful. It's
Did I
fucking,
ever tell that story about how he got banned from PWG?
oh, Jesus. It's just, this is,
I think I might have told this story on the last podcast we were on, but I'll try and make it quick. He had a match with Super Dragon in a promotion called Pro Wrestling War. Then after that, he started bragging to people, claiming, "Oh man, I stiffed Super Dragon so hard, and then I got his respect." And then Super Dragon was like, "That didn't fucking happen," and then banned him from PWG. But before that, he was at a show, and they asked him to do the door and all that, and he was standing next to me because the door was right next to the merch table, and I worked the merch table. And then during one match, he nudged me on the fucking elbow. He's like, "Hey, bro, you see those dudes in the ring? Someday I'm going to be in that ring with them. About 6 months." Well, it's like 19 years later. He's just fucking. The only way he's booked is if fucking he's the promotion's using his ring, or if he's fucking booking the fucking shows himself. So
it's
fuck
the money.
Jarrell.
It's the owner. Like Darrell has nothing to do with it financially. Trust me. And you know
If I
what?
was that,
And
if I was that guy, if I was
let
that
me
guy,
tell you a
I'd
story.
ditch Jarrell in a
I'm cutting you
heartbeat.
off on this one because Darrell's
Sorry,
going to hear this, and the other person
fuck you,
that
Jarrell.
the person he shadows. Guess what, Darrell? The person that I'm claiming that you shadow. We all know who I'm talking about. I actually went to this person last year and tried to do something, and I know Andrew's going to look at me fucked up, and there's a lot of people like, what? Wait, what do you mean? And this is a shoot, and you can even ask this man. I went to the owner of Jarrell's little promotion, and I said, "Look, man, there's a lot of potential out here in Oklahoma, and I think we should do kind of like a Santino Brothers style school, meaning like it's just not open. It's like, a 4 or 6 week course because I don't want to have this. Like, I want to open gym, but I want actual courses." And he's like, "Okay, so what's the plan?" I said, "Here would be the plan. The plan would be for you to ship Jarrell out here and be the head coach for that 6 weeks. Because if he's not doing anything back home as far as work, let's send him out here to get paid because we can get him paid through the school, and then he could actually pick up some bookings while he's out here for the 6 weeks, and we could do that 3 or 4 times a year to where he comes out, and eventually it'll catch on to where he might be able to bring out like Eli with him, or it was just ideas of like bringing out extra guys. But I actually wanted to start that with you, Jarrell. I actually had big ambitions for you, Jarrell. I actually was trying to get you out of Southern California's sight of you being a fucking douchebag, Jarrell. Guess what? You're probably going to sit here and go, oh shit, wait, is that true? And the guy that I'm talking about is going to go, actually, yeah, it is true, man. He was trying to save your fucking life last year. He was trying to get you out the fucking rut. He was actually being a good friend behind closed doors, Jarrell. And you went and shitted on him publicly a couple days ago, I heard. Yeah. Sorry, Jarrell. Our friendship is done, brother. I had so many plans to help you. Fuck you, man. For real. And it sucks too because you burned so many bridges with people like Andrew and a bunch of people know what kind of person you are. I know what kind of person you are, and I still try to fucking help you. Still try to fucking help you.
Even if I like the guy, I wouldn't fucking book him because I know what kind of performer he is and how he is in the locker room, how he is with politics and all that shit. So
Oh, he's the worst politician ever, bro.
Jesus Christ, bro.
He's the worst
Hey, let
politician.
me say this to all you in SoCal, all you youngsters out there, do not attach yourself to that guy because he'll fucking poison your minds and you'll end up like him because I've already seen it with some people. I'm not going to name names, but I've seen it with some people.
What?
What?
Nothing.
No, I legit am like trying to wonder who you were referencing, but
Jesse
there
James.
are.
He trained
Oh,
Jesse James, and then he sent him off to Santino Brothers, and then he became the
oh yeah,
outlaw.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. But
yeah.
anyway, like if you're around Jarrell, fucking don't listen to any of the dumb shit he says. Don't follow his advice or
Nope.
anything because you'll just end up being a fucking 40-miler who fucking retires and unretires and has to ask fucking people stupid fucking basic questions on Facebook. How do I make broccoli? He didn't really say that. I'm just saying.
You're a fucking idiot, dude. I hate you so goddamn much, Andrew.
Well,
Anyway, um,
no
we try to be positive sometimes, and
one's here for the positivity. Listen, I
nobody's
did
here.
that. I did that for the I did a positive fucking podcast with Jake Cal. No one watched it. So fuck everyone.
And me and Andrew are trying to run, respectable promotions.
I'm just being honest.
I'm being
And you know
honest
what's
too.
funny? When I'm
And this
honest,
has nothing to do with my promotion or my booking. This is my opinion that I've had about wrestling for 20 fucking something years.
when I'm honest, people fucking gravitate towards me. They love it when I'm honest and they tell me all the time.
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah.
If you
Dude,
don't look at
and
this lighter before it burns me, god damn
I'm
it.
sorry. Dude, every fucking time I do one of your podcasts, there's going to be several reactions. One, oh man, Gus is a fucking idiot. I can't stand him, but you are fucking hilarious. Two, you are so fucking right. Three, man, that was hilarious. I really want you to do more. Four, blah, 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 blah. All the same repetitive shit.
This motherfucker said 3 things and then named 4.
Yeah. Because
That's
I
these fucking
fucking
dumbass Dodger
can.
fans for you.
Listen,
Listen, what? What, motherfucker? You want to talk sports?
not really.
Me neither.
Not really. I don't really want to talk about sports right now. I saw the shit with the fucking Padres yesterday. That was pretty funny.
Oh, with Profar and all that?
Profar and all them fucking beefing and shit, and then him hitting a grand slam, and the
Nah,
fucking Padres acting like they won the World Series and shit. I'll admit that was funny as shit.
bro. Whatever happened the night, it was because of what happened the night before.
I
Profar hit a
think so.
walk off. He hit a walk off, and he was going like this. But when he did round third base, he was going like this to the crowd and the dugout. I was like, "Fuck you, man!" So then yesterday, the catcher went up to him and started talking this shit. But first, it had started with like the first baseman
Yeah.
saying something, and then Profar went up to bat, and then the fucking catcher says something, and Manny just pushed his ass off. He's, get the fuck off my homie. And then that started all that shit. And then the first pitch, he hits Profar. No, he hits
Oh
Profar.
yeah, I'm ahead of myself.
And then he hits Profar, and then Manny comes up the bat. First bat, fucking hits a homer, but then in the 6th inning, hits a
With that
fucking grand slam. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Good. That was good WWE theatrics right there, my friend.
No, that was more like fucking Memphis style shit because it was raw, gritty, genuine, and organic,
And
and it felt
organic.
real.
Oh, and
Like,
you know what? That game's on right now. As a matter of fact, it just started like 10 minutes ago. So all that beef is happening right now, and I'm gonna
we'll see the highlights eventually.
yeah.
That's
Dylan
what I
Cease
learned.
on the bump.
Like that's what I learned about like live sports is like the moment something
Catch you later.
happens, you should wait at least 10 minutes because by then all the fucking angles of the replays will be out there. People's
Oh, yeah.
fucking live videos from the fucking games will be
Bro,
up there.
when I
and
used to
shit.
work overnights at the dispensaries and shit, and worked that 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. shift like for 3 years straight, bro, I didn't watch one UFC fight live. I waited till that shit was done, and then it was just like hashtag UFC.
I think I know what you're getting at
Knockout.
right now.
No,
I think I know what you're getting at.
I'm not getting at nothing.
Okay, because I was about to say, were you talking about the Khabib fucking Connor brawl?
Because it lasted like 10 seconds or some shit.
No, because like I remember I was at my buddy Johnny's place and his roommate was having a baby shower. I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to fucking do that kind of shit. But there was a lot of people there, and I was
I
watching the fight, and then that whole thing went down. After the fight going down, we're talking, and I check my fucking phone. I go on Twitter, and there's a fucking video of someone in the crowd like filming the whole thing, and then there's some dude fucking running down on the opposite side, and they jump in the fucking cage, and they fucking punch Connor and shit. So it was like, to me, I learned that night, like, bro, wait at least 10 or 20 minutes because all the best shit is going to be coming out right
yeah,
then, right? Yeah, it's cool to watch something like that live go down, right?
all the
It's
fan
really
cam
cool to
shit.
see that.
Yeah.
But then when you see the real shit go down, it's so much better, you know?
Andrew, I think we're at a stalemate right now
We're
just
not going
because
to review any matches.
you want to review a match.
Let's review some stuff. Let's talk about stuff.
There's public matches out there
Okay.
because we're gonna end. I'm gonna end this with this comedian. His name is AJ Wilkerson. Funny as fuck. He has autism. Um, I'm not. Let's just say I have a dear to my heart. People with autism. Trust me. I have
Yeah,
dealing
I
with
know.
people.
I'm not going to put it out there, but Gus isn't bullshitting on that.
So, but this comedian who has autism is fucking hilarious, and that's what we're gonna end it with. But um, you want to review a good match, bad match? What kind of
Anything.
promotion are we looking at?
I don't want to fucking I don't want to know ahead of time. I just want to review Matt. We got some. I'm ready. Give me what you got. I
All
don't
right.
fucking, I'll freestyle.
Okay. Let's.
Sorry, I got business matters to handle.
Let's go back to our favorite promotion.
Didn't the promoter talk shit about you? Say you're not worth the time or something like that.
Who's this?
That's Inferno, Abdul. He
He's a
actually
big
did ring
boy.
crew. He did ring crew at one of my shows.
At your show?
One
Do
of
you
my
know this
shows.
guy? Wait, you know this guy?
I know of him. I've met him.
Okay, okay.
We shook hands, but I don't know him.
Where's he out of?
Santino Bros. This guy I've heard about.
Where's he from? Where'd he train
Exactly.
from?
That's a mystery. That's a mystery, bro.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's a mystery of where he trained at.
Exactly.
Wait.
I mean, look at his quote unquote gear.
Wait a minute. Run. Okay. What do you mean it's a mystery of where he trained at? Like, you know something I don't?
No. You want to know what's up?
A motherfucker, I'm asking you.
All right. So
This dude will say anything until
once
I ask him. This motherfucker.
can I tell?
You tell, bitch.
So I hit up to ask him about you see how I did the gag again? I hit him up to ask him where this guy trained at. And he said, man, I don't know. This dude just fucking popped out of nowhere, but he goes and trains at this fucking place in like West Covina at some like setup that has a backyard, or I guess where Robbie Phoenix trains at. And supposedly the story about this guy is he doesn't go to any of the quote unquote harder trainings.
Isn't that where Uncle Chaz is training?
I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, the told me that this guy apparently only goes to open rings and goes to goes to trainings when he knows it's going to be easy when Robbie isn't there, and that's what told me.
Wait, how do you? This is a random ass match. This motherfucker already has a story about both these guys. All right. So that's Moonlight Leo that you're talking about is the mysterious trained wrestler who goes to soft training days
That's what
And
I heard. That's the
okay,
word on the street.
word on the street, not a fact. These are just words on the street.
I'm just saying what I heard allegedly.
And the Inferno
Santino Bros currently.
Santino brother kid. Okay, so judging by his size, his look, and everything, and he's from Santino Brothers, this guy's gonna be the next booked everywhere guy. I can already see that now. And that's not I'm not talking shit, but I can
Moonlight Leo.
not Moonlight Leo, the other guy.
Moonlight Leo, though. Look at his fucking gear, though.
Here, let's just watch the match.
Look at his gear.
His gears. Wait, is it Thor?
What? Yeah, look at his shirt. He's got a fucking random fucking $5 shirt with tears in it, a fucking torn up flannel.
Hey, Charlie
Woo.
Whoa.
He's got random board shorts.
Wait, those aren't board shorts, are they? Those are tight.
No, those look like shorts.
Those look like board shorts.
But it looks like some shit he ordered on Amazon.
Wait,
dude.
his shirt's all like what? What's his gimmick?
I don't know. Well, whoever edits this, quick disclaimer, Ben the Hammer guy, I love you, but you got to get with the right people, man. Anyway, I hope your promoter, buddy Tom, that fucking dumb fuck didn't pay to have this shit edited, because whoever did is doing a terrible job with the audio. But closer inspection, those look like they could be leggings.
He has a decent crowd, Andrew. You cannot deny that.
There's like 100 people in there.
I know you're gonna say that they're not wrestling fans, but
it looks like 100 people.
He's got people in
there.
The door.
It's a small venue, so
you need better price. God damn it! You're still this motherfucker.
Imagine how many more people he'd have in there if he booked good talent that people liked. Like, imagine.
I mean,
on top of that, I will say this: the card did improve a little bit.
I've seen a lot of cards improve a little bit after a certain podcast came out.
Well, there's still some shit going on. Like, I hate to bring
the lockup.
That looked terrible.
On Moonlight's part, right?
You know, we'll get back to that in a second, but let's get to this match. Yeah, Moonlight's fucking lockup looked terrible. I don't see what I mean by we don't know where he's trained, Gus.
Bro, that shirt is garbage. Is that Mongol Santino in the background?
I did not see.
No disrespect to Mongol. For a glimpse, I thought I saw him.
I was just focused on this dude's shirt. You see the editing. Did you hear that, Gus? Went from the floor cam audio to the hard cam audio back to the floor cam audio. That's such an amateur move. This dude fucking doing the Larry Zbyszko fucking shtick. Trying to get heat by stalling. You know why a lot of guys do that, Gus? Because they suck.
Come on.
Hey, Inferno, if you wore all black, not taking anything away, you're good. If you wore all black, you'd have. Bro, you could tell that he wanted to lock up, and he just came in all like, eh.
Yeah. Took that snapmare really well. Oh, and he looks really
Damn, bro, get light for the man. Hey, I'll stop. Let me
Did
stop.
you hear him scream? Like, yeah, this dude looks really fucking unpolished. Like, cause
I haven't I haven't seen any strikes yet, so I'm kind of getting nervous about that.
I don't want to see any strikes.
Fix your shirt, Moonlight, because that's part of the wrestling.
Why is he acting like he got stabbed in the dick?
Bro, oh, bro, hit that man. No, I'm not rewinding that.
And I don't want you
Watch, watch,
to.
watch. Is he gonna do it?
It's like he tapped him on the neck. What a. Why did he bump like he was Jesus Christ on the cross or some shit? What the fuck? Did you see that, Gus?
Yes.
Man, he.
He could. Hey, Abdul could do a Middle Eastern gimmick and really get some
No,
popularity. No,
no,
you don't think
no.
so?
Not in 2024. No,
Yeah, I guess.
not in 2024. And if he, even if he did that, no, that's not a good idea. Because it's like, you know how fans, like, there's a lot of conservative fans out there. That would
True.
not be good
Yeah.
for him. Oh,
Abdul in 1990, you would have been.
he could be a star now. You don't need that shit. He just
Oh,
needs to.
he's got good movement. I like how he's
He's
moving.
got to fit. He's just got to find his voice. Like our singer needs to find their voice. Wrestlers need to do the same. They need to find themselves.
Hey, the last show that we reviewed about them, they had the same 3 open seats. I swear to God.
Dude, I usually sell out all my front rows, and there's usually like 10 people who don't show up. Sometimes I wonder if like Eventbrite has like bots buying people's tickets. I'm not going to complain. I still get the
I,
money. I still get the money either way, but
nah, there's just people that just they buy these tickets in hopes that they can make it, and they don't. They don't. I
yeah,
mean, my wife had the same thing happen to them. They bought tickets to a concert, and then she's like, "Fuck, I can't even go now."
I can tell this dude does not do cardio just by the way he's moving. Look at him. He's all
Why would you
gassed.
hang somebody on a low boy? Why would you hang somebody on a low boy? Okay.
Look how slow he's moving. Gus, you know what I would be saying if I was there right now in this there watching this match live? I would say, fuck it, Abdul, just shoot on this dude.
Shoot on him.
Shoot on him, bro. Just fucking give him a couple of those. Let him get any offense in. Just fucking take it home. Chop the shit out of him. Slam him hard. Do a fucking stiff
Hang on.
senton.
Hang on. I'm gonna stop this right now because that's
I'm joking. I'm
no,
saying don't hit him.
no.
Don't
Listen,
fuck him
listen,
up.
listen.
Just
No, no, not that. Andrew made a point a couple of times already in previous podcasts. You have to be safe in there,
mm,
and what I'm seeing from you, Moonlight Leo, is nothing safe. Let me give you an example of what I mean, and I like using this example actually. Let's say you showed up, Moonlight Leo, to a show. You brought your gear bag, and no other wrestler was around, and there's a tag match, okay? There's a tag match for you. The promoter goes, "Hey, Moonlight Leo, I need you in this tag match. You got your gear. My other guy didn't show up." Here's where the unsafeness comes in. And this could have happened one day to you. You're wrestling Al Snow and Hardcore Holly, like at Bumps and Bruises, because they were at Bumps and Bruises. So let's just say one of those guys didn't show up and they needed you, Moonlight Leo. Throw one of those strikes at one of those dudes, and I'll show you how unsafe your training is and what we're talking about. That is unsafe, bro. That is highly unsafe. You're gonna not only first of all, you're gonna get yourself hurt because any anybody that's in there wrestling with you, like if they sell that, they're gonna get like Santino guys, they're not gonna sell that for you. Sorry. They're gonna try their best to make it function, but they're not gonna sell that for you. Slice Boogie would have probably took your head off. Eli Everfly would have took your head off. You know what I mean? And it's not in a disrespectful way, but you got to be safe out there. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just you went and launched back a punch and you were this far away from his stomach.
Let's watch the match more. I want to see more of this guy.
You guys got to go. He's skipping training. I can tell.
Yeah. See, I knew when I heard from Mac that he was being right. You know, he was being 100% honest with me because I can tell just by watching this guy, he's terrible. He's not fucking doing anything the right way. I like this a lot, guys.
I like this.
It's a good setup for a little Mystery Science Theater type shit. And God bless Inferno, man. He's putting so much into this just to try and make it work.
I mean, we could just do this.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I busted.
That's what I usually do when that countdown's on, just making goofy childish
Right.
faces.
What's he telling Charles? This guy sucks. Hey, Moonlight Leo, I don't mean to come down you on so hard. And I don't
No,
know,
he deserves it because he's putting himself in the ring and he's gonna hurt somebody. He's gonna hurt himself, and it's gonna make everyone look bad.
Whoa. Now I gotta pause again. He's not putting himself in the ring. The booker has every right to say no and no to that.
No,
so
but
let's start with that.
That's true. I was gonna say it's not just on him because this guy's trying to get booked on places, right? I'm sure he's trying to do that. I don't think the fucking promoter's like, oh, you need to go in there right now. So it's on him, Leo, and it's on Tom Dupree, the promoter. Anyway,
right. What is he doing? What's this? What do I do? How do I set up for a? I'm trying to do a fuck it. Wait, that wasn't a fuck it, was it?
Maybe he fucked up the spot and forgot it. Or is this match on slow motion?
No, this is it. I just muted it because I was sick of hearing the background. Honestly,
it's like listening. It's like moving in slow motion. Legit.
He doesn't know what to do. He really doesn't know what to do.
Look at how gassed he is.
What the hell? He
did a front bump on that.
Yeah, he took a front bump on that. Look at that dumbass Dodger fan up there.
It's not dissing the Dodgers because we're in first place and y'all aren't.
Hey man, it's all right. It all happens in October. That was the one clean thing you've done so far, Leo.
I was gonna say I've seen so many shitty Russian leg sweeps, especially when dudes are putting the other guy's arm across their neck and they're doing that. You know, not instead of the body in front of the body. Like, aside from that, Leo's been the utter shit in this match. Look at him. He's
blown up.
He's visibly blown. He's gassed. Like, could any promoter like book a guy like this?
What is he trying to do? Oh, look! Oh, he's pissed. Abdul's pissed. I'm sorry, but he looks mad. He don't look happy.
Get up, just fucking stomp him, dude. That was so fucking unsafe.
That's what we're talking about, bro. That's unsafe, Leo. That's unsafe, Booker.
Tom Dupree. Billy Bonds, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
You know, I have a guy out here. Shout out to James. I have a guy.
Yeah, what a sick elbow.
I have a guy out here, James, who's been. What the hell?
He's hitting him in the shoulder.
I'm trying to tell a story, Leo. I'm trying to. And I can't do it when you throwing elbows like that.
He's throwing the shittiest body shots.
Oh yeah, hit that man. Hit that man. Moonlight Leo. God, did he really poke him in the eye?
Oh,
He looked like he was about to set up for a sidewalk slam.
what's
And
he grabbing? What is?
here, let's chain wrestle now.
I feel like Abdul
All
just
your
said, "Fuck
spots.
this." He just cut him off right there.
Look, he said, "Go home." He said, "Go home." There's no reason for him that being set up in this spot
Oh
to
my
go home, dude.
god! Wait, he's
We're
Ab,
finishing.
Abdul's really trying hard to make the. What the fuck? What the fuck is Leo doing?
Moonlight Leo, stay out of the ring. This better be it. This better be it. Even Charles is like, stay down. Stay down.
Charles is just waiting to count the fucking pinfall, so it's just fast.
Wait, there's more?
Oh my god, he can't even do a back roll. That's like day one jujitsu school shit. And this dude's supposed to be a pro wrestler?
Get light, bro. Wow.
Shameful
Okay.
shit.
All right,
He's
we
not
try
even
to be. I
selling.
try to be positive. I was trying to be positive, but when you see, okay,
This is
um,
the most shameful shit I've seen, and it's funny because the guy who fucking insulted you is the guy who fucking put that match on.
that's
Or
what I
he
was saying.
insulted
I have
me.
a guy out here named
Whichever.
James,
Go
and
ahead, talk about
Been,
James.
James been helping me book most of my guys out here because I don't know the landscape out here yet. And one of the things that we he's made sure is like he knows that these guys have been trained. He knows their trainers. Hell, he knows the trainers, like he knows the legacy of what's going to be in my ring. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I have a guy that, I have a couple guys that have only been in the business almost a year or whatever, but their training is really good. They're up to par. They're ready to get a nice little break in the ring with somebody who's trained up too, instead of like, okay, I'm a wrestler, I have my license. And that's the problem out here. If you have a license, it's like you're a wrestler.
And
But
what's funny about to me, sorry to cut you off,
I'm
Gus. It's
gonna make
like,
a clip about the sorry to cut me off because there's probably 100 of those.
yeah. It's funny because it's like I remember there was another podcast with a promoter out here named Joe Medina from NTLL. And he was talking about how, you know, he feels like wrestling is being ruined out here in California because there's no athletic commissions and all that shit. One of his points was like, oh yeah, one because he's speaking from a promoter's perspective. It's like, if it was regulated, then like California does with boxing and MMA, then everyone could see what fucking wrestlers are being paid and would help keep wrestlers pay rates down and shit. That was one thing he argued about. So like to me, it's like when people talk about athletic commissions and shit, like that's a downfall, and of course all the things that went on in Oklahoma with the trans wrestler being I think denied a license or whatever. Like there's shit like that. And it's also like a
Oh,
matter
from
of
AEW?
or not from AEW, but there was an indie show, I think. Oh yeah, I think it was AEW,
It was
Nyla
AEW.
Rose. I thought it was an indie thing. But anyway, like that's an example of why athletic commissions suck. But it's also like it shows the flaw. Like yeah, just because there's an athletic commission doesn't mean the quality of the product is going to improve. It doesn't mean there aren't going to be holes in the system. Just going to mean someone needs to pay a fucking license, pay for a license, and maybe do one physical a year or so.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is.
But it's like I know your card and you have Sam Stackhouse on it, and he's someone who's starting to break out. He was out here in LA for GCW, so that's a solid get on your part. But God forbid anyone ever books someone like Moonlight Leo. Like what the fuck? Like any other matches that we can review, Gus? Because
um,
let's review one more or
one
two.
more.
How many more we can get in? I don't care.
I don't want to review another. Can we save this for like another one? Because
No,
what? But I have to. I got to know what kind of match you want to review. I don't want to go back to Relentless Pro. Like
if we have to go back to Relentless Pro,
we're picking on them at this point.
well, they kind of deserve it.
Okay, let's find another match of theirs.
Any whatever's on your screen, I don't care.
How about a girl match?
Women's match, I don't mind. I don't discriminate.
Uh, women's match. Let's peep a women's match. All right. Come on down.
Do-do-do-do. Oh, I saw one name. I know where this is headed. This is going to be a fun one.
Wait, what
Hey,
is it?
everyone watching, be sure to pay attention from this point on. I'm sure it's about to get fun.
What? I pick random matches and this dude already has some shit to say.
I already know.
All
This
right,
is
what's
why
up?
we're going to have fun. This one right here. Oh, boy.
Who's this?
This is Savannah Stone. Look, this is her gimmick. She is the ultimate try. Why is there a promo in the middle of an entrance? Whoever produced this, you're fired. You're done. Anyway,
Do we want to listen? Wait, hang on.
no, I don't want to hear a promo right now. I can tell it's terrible
Jesus.
just by looking at the body language. It's like, I'm going to prove to everyone you're wrong. Blah blah blah. Just
And in my heart of hearts, I know that I'm the best out here. Wait, the match already started? Oh, shit. See, guys, that's why you don't do what you just did.
now she's playing up to the crowd. She just fucking like she did a heel move. Now she's playing up to the crowd.
Wait, who's the heel? She the heel?
She's
Obviously.
supposed to be. Well, I mean,
Bro,
I'm,
don't go into the vendors, dog.
I'm assuming. I'm assuming because she's wearing the Hot Topic gear and she just fucking. She screamed and she poured water on that guy. Look at all those chairs, man.
Do you know who this is? Like, wait, who is she? Where is she from?
Savannah Stone. She's from St. Louis, and I think she trains at or has done training at Santino Bros. But look at that, taking ice cream and just fucking tossing it.
Who's this?
I think that's Hit Girl.
Hit Girl?
I think the title said Hit Girl. I know there's a wrestler named Hit Girl out here.
It's Hit Girl.
Okay. Guess I don't know if she's based on the character from the movie Kick-Ass, but have you ever seen Kick-Ass?
The superhero movie with kids? No, I heard it was a dark comedy though.
It's fucking good, dude.
Never
You
seen
should
it.
check it out. It has I think McLovin.
I
in
know
it,
that's. I was gonna say. I think I know McLovin's in it, right?
and fucking Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage was actually good in this movie.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah, he plays Hit Girl's dad.
Oh shit! Do you know
He
Nick
shoots
Cage's
her.
what's his face's son? Francis Ford Coppola.
Really?
Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola. Nick Cage is his son, and
Jesus.
he didn't want to he didn't want to use his last name, thinking that he was using his last name to get movies and shit. And
He didn't want.
yeah,
He
he
didn't want
wanted to
it
do
to
it on
seem
his
like he's
own.
benefiting from nepotism. That's crazy, man.
But I mean, he's been in some movies that he wouldn't have never got without his dad. You know.
Mhm.
Nah, Nick Cage is a good actor. I always thought this match is definitely better than Moonlight Leo. No
That's
disrespect
not
to you,
saying
Abdul.
much.
Abdul, you did your thing.
Yeah,
Abdul, you did your
yeah,
thing.
Abdul, we're trashing fucking Leo whenever we talk.
Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck was that?
Was what you said? Savannah Stone.
Yeah, she's from St. Louis. Came out here.
Was she in that recent show with Santino Brothers where it was all female?
Yeah,
Okay.
like she's hit me up trying to get booked on shows before, so I'm familiar with her.
Mm.
Unfortunately,
She looks like she's trying out for NXT. I'll be honest with you.
she looks like she's about to go fucking work at Hot Topic in 2004.
That means I was gonna go steal from Hot Topic in 2000.
Dude, it was so easy to steal from Hot Topic back
Hot
in the
Topic
day.
was a fucking gimme, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude. I had this Ozzy Osbourne shirt where he was hitchhiking to hell because I stole it from Hot Topic.
When Hot Topic first opened, I had some what we call them not looters, but not
What is
jackals.
she fucking doing?
I was about to say, wait, we miss something here? Well, I thought you were about to throw a chair at her. Ooh, that's how you strike, Leo. Gee, not the old guy.
This shit just seems so disjointed and poorly structured. Also, they're on the. How long have they been outside the ring?
Oh,
Also,
Why'd you throw ice in a ring? Like, okay, let's not.
Let me say this: when Savannah Stone did that shit with the water on that guy and started throwing around ice cream, it's like that's one reason why I'm not a fan of her, because she just throws shit like people's drinks around and shit, trying to be edgy and in your face as a heel. When it's like, yeah, that shit could end up fucking like being on the floor during a match and someone could slip and fucking hurt themselves.
Yeah, you gotta
You
be careful.
know,
Miss Stone.
it's
Hey,
like it.
Hit Girl didn't. Are we not selling? What are we doing?
Savannah Stone's just walking around.
Did she just fall in the chair?
She's just getting in Hammer Guy's face.
Bro, I think she fell in the chair.
This is so. Again, this is what I'm. Let's go back. Let's go back. This is such a disjointed match. She's doesn't know what she's doing as a performer. You know. I think you got to go back a little more.
Do I?
Yeah, for the chair.
Oh yeah.
Right before that.
Look at her foot. Ugh, she fell.
See, that's what happens when you fucking try too hard. You know. Like she's just running around yelling and screaming. Meanwhile,
right in the
there's a
back.
match going on. And it's like you're disregarding your opponent, the person you're working with, totally fucking neglecting the story of the match just so you can try and get yourself and your shitty character over. It's like wrestlers in SoCal, pay attention to this shit. This is everything you need to avoid, you know? This kind of shit. And not just that.
She's not getting booked in Epic.
And not just that, it's like the way she fucking acts too. Like throwing water around and fucking shit. Like I was saying, someone could slip and fall and get hurt. She had an incident at a recent show very similar to this, where she could have also damaged the production equipment. You know?
What did she do?
She fucking took slapped a cup of beer out of a fan's hand, and the beer went flying and it got all over the camera. I'll send you that clip right now.
Okay.
But when I saw that, it just showed me a total disregard for safety and a total lack of respect for, you know, production people, their equipment, and the shit that goes into making a successful wrestling show. But hey, my loss, I guess. Oh, screaming, yelling, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we get it. You're edgy. I'm going to get in the referee's face, blah, blah, blah. And also another thing to all you wrestlers, this is not how you fucking act like a heel. Like, y'all don't know. Y'all need to learn.
You don't need to scream and yell. You know, hey, you want to know who was a good heel? Like, OG Playboy, when he worked for Border X with me, I actually dug how he was a heel because he did it right, man. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He didn't have to yet. He barely said anything when he was out there for a couple times, and he was just like his mannerisms and his demeanor told this like heel story, and he wasn't out there screaming and yelling. And
look at Savannah Stone disregarding the fucking match and just playing to the crowd and no selling everything. It's like, ugh, that's just the sign of a selfish wrestler right there. What a double down.
He said, "What a double down."
See, man, this is what I'm
Is she gonna
talking
pull
about.
something out of her boot, or she's fixing her boot?
I think she's fixing it.
Oh shit! I ain't never seen that. There's no sound. We're just like muting this.
I know that's what makes it awkward, but at the same time, it's like we're not getting overpowered by the audio from the match.
That was the last.
Look, if she was down selling for a second, then gets back up to play to the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, Savannah Stone, whoever you are from St. Louis. Where does the other girl from? Come here, Hershey. I saw
the
you.
local
Come here,
lucha
Hershey.
scene.
Come here, Hershey. I see you. Come here, buddy. Come here.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, come here, buddy.
Don't subject your dog to this match.
Come here.
That's abuse.
Come here. Come here. Or the cone's gonna beat you to it. There you go.
Aw.
Hi, buddy.
You good puppy.
You want to watch?
Don't subject your dog to this match. Look how she just ran into her arms. Ooh.
She did, huh? She's like, here, just catch
She
me.
did and then didn't get light on that.
What's up, bud? You're my big guy.
I'm
What's on your
worried.
head?
What's that? What's he got?
Oh, God.
A tick or something? Oh my God. Savannah Stone just getting up and no selling. Jesus. This match is so bad.
Bro, is that a...
Are you laughing at this match or something your dog's got?
He has a refried bean on his head, dried up. I made burritos last because I make these little homemade burritos last night, and I give my dogs food all the time, but he had when he eats too fast, he starts flipping the food up, and
That's how. Yeah,
it
that's what
catches
my
on
dog
his
does.
beak. He had a bean right on the top of his damn
Yeah.
head.
See, this match is like barely getting
Long.
into
It's already
second.
too long.
It's barely getting into second gear when it should have gotten that way like 5 minutes ago.
This match should be anyway. I want to actually see how much time is left.
Okay, it's almost over.
Oh, it's over right now. Most of it's.
Oh, but yeah, this is just not good.
So last match out of 1 to 5, I'm gonna rate that
0.
damn, a bagel. A bagel for you, Moonlight Leo. I'll give you a 3 for effort, Abdul, because you didn't kill him.
Now she's just ripping her mask off because she's a heel.
Wait, did she take her mask off? Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
now
nice
she
kill though.
pie faces her.
So Relentless, is this leading up to a hair versus mask match? Because that's how that usually works out.
How it should go.
Or is that just her being, like you said, the edgy one?
The edgy edgelord who doesn't know how to do anything creatively. Now what's she doing? Getting a fan in the ring?
Attitude problem. Click.
Okay, so she's a heel one moment, now she's a fucking acting like a baby face right after the match.
I don't know. I told you I didn't want to review another match. I told you this. I fucking told you I didn't want to review another match.
Let's look at that video I just sent you.
Guys,
let's talk about that. Because I really feel like, you brought up Savannah Stone, so let's talk about this to end it.
You sent me something?
Yeah. Check your DM, bro.
Keep talking.
Not that?
No. Although I don't mind watching that again.
My bad.
Let's watch that again so we can break it down. Because we laughed at it, but we didn't break it down.
Jesus.
I just want to point out one thing.
Already. I'm done.
Go back.
He's like,
Look at look at the pause it. Go back and pause it. It's gonna slap. Pause it. Notice by that one dolphin where that Mark Ortiz's head is. Look at the shadows. Look at where Ortiz's head meets that fucking one dolphin or shark or barracuda. And look at fucking Red Spider's hand. Okay, now play it and then quickly pause it after his slap. Now look at it. It's just completely out the way. And now keep playing it.
Mark.
It's still down. He's just looking down. He's all hunched over. He's getting bitched out.
Man.
Let that hit you, buddy.
It did. It already did. Damn it. This is Mark. This is why you don't. Mark, this is why you shouldn't have said anything to Andrew.
Why? Fuck him up. Why? I'm gonna do my stuff.
God damn it.
What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Cold blooded.
Cold blooded.
Listen, if that happened to me, listen, even if I got my ass whooped, I would have fought back. I
Bro,
would
you're
have.
not slapping me in the face like that.
I would have
Man to
respected.
man, we're fucking
I
scrapping,
would have
bro. I'm
respected
grabbing
him
your
so much
throat.
more if he fucking swung and then got knocked the fuck out like Will Smith in that episode of Fresh Prince where he got punched. He was just wobbling around, tried to sit on a fucking
Oh,
bench on the bowling alley, and he fell over.
bro, like,
Replay that one more time, bro.
bro, I
Replay
can't, man.
it one more
I
time.
just can't, man. I can't.
Shut your mouth
Okay,
already. Shut your mouth. Already. I'm done. What the
God damn it, Andrew. I can't. Look, man. Mark, Mark, you should have swung back, brother. And I know you can make you didn't want to start nothing in the back or anything, but nah.
You pussy.
You,
Don't ever talk shit on me again because that's who you fucking are. And if you ever want to do something, we'll throw hands, but you won't because you're a bitch. Oh.
Andrew Pesina, it's always been a pleasure. I love
Gus,
talking.
thank you so much for having me and
We
giving me
actually
something
argued
to
a little bit today. It's great.
doing something on my day off. And
I
once
do.
again, SoCal wrestling, I weep for you outside of LA. San Diego, you need to get your shit together, man, because you guys are going the wrong direction. Y'all are fucked. Orange County, y'all are almost hopeless.
Jesus.
Oh man, I love
We're gonna end this on a funny note, guys.
the
I
slap
brought this
again.
up.
We're gonna watch the slap.
No. I brought this up earlier.
Comedian, but I don't
Comedian.
think I don't think it'll make me laugh as hard as the fucking slap.
No, it's probably not. But you know what?
Let's get it rolling, Gus.
We're gonna end the show with this, guys. You guys have a great time, a great day. Don't get too mad at me and Andrew. All right, this is AJ Wilkinson. He's my new
Oh, I
favorite
think I've seen him on Twitter or
Twitter.
TikTok. Go to the beginning, bro. Or is it a bit?
It's the bit.
Okay. I'll catch this later.
Well, I told you, anxiety disorder, dude. This is listen, autism stem from fucking public speaking, dude. This is specifically attached to a phobia, dude. I'm autistic. In my regular life, I can fucking check the fuck out and disassociate, or pretend to be invisible, and I can't do that when I do stand up because you're all fucking staring at me. This is a stim. This is something I use when I am overstimulated and fucking you're all staring at me like I'm supposed to do a trick. This is basically fucking golden retriever energy. You get him around too many people, he gets riled up, but he's a good boy. Too many loud noises from too many different directions. You gotta put his little jacket on him, but he's housebroken. He ain't gonna piss on the rug. Like, sure, he's a little ADHD, little inbred, but he's a good boy.
And that is our time, guys. I just wanted to share that one little tidbit with you guys. I think everyone has to, be aware of some autism because you never know where it can affect you at any time. Guys, Andrew Pesina, appreciate your time. This is Mic'd Up with Gus. Me and him will be back next week, talk some more shit because you know why? Someone's going to say something about us. And we will be back, y'all.
One last thing.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, I fucked up that. I had a big burp and God damn it, I had a good one, man. It was going to be like,
Yeah.
can we play the slap video one more time, please?
No.
Keep talking.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. Pay
Oh,
me.
this is the end.
Shut your mouth already.
Yes.
Shut
Look at his. Look at the shadow.
already. I'm done. Keep talking.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck up.
Peace.
Pay
Good
me.
morning.